Chili.
And I own a home here for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have never taken welfare.
Mm-hmm.
I have never degraded any of my neighbors, be they black or white.
Are you
or
Irish?
Hispanic.
Are you Irish?
I am Irish, but I am married to a Mexican.
I can tell you're Irish because you got a beautiful sounding voice. Irish people all have a lovely...
I'll tell you right now, my last name is Mendoza.
Can you
and
say?
I'm married to a Mexican and have been since I was 14 years old.
Well, Phil, I'm not talking about...
58 years old now.
This lady's a beautiful lady. I only got one question to ask you, okay?
All right.
Have you ever had sex with a first cousin?
With a first cousin?
Yes.
Are you some kind of pervert?
What the hell kind of a question is that?
Are you a pervert? You gotta be a freaking pervert to even think of such a thing. They ought to hang you up, you know, what they say about a rusty nail.
Whatever you
They
say.
ought to de-testicle you. Anybody that would... Honest to God.
I beg your pardon.
And let me tell you something.
Well, that's a terrible thing to say to me.
No, it's not either. That's an awful thing for you to say.
Well, you said that you lived on a wheel.
She lives in a house. She lives in a wheel. She doesn't live in a wheel.
No, sir. I didn't say I lived on a wheel. But I'll tell you one thing, my dear. If you don't, you know what you sound to me? You sound like a fag in drag. That's what you sound like.
Why don't you grab it? Listen, I want to ask you...
Why don't I grab this?
Yeah, why don't you grab this?
Because the damn thing might fall off if it's turned brown.
Got that right.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, it's been great talking to both of you. And
I'll talk to him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I think that's very interesting. So you're married to a Mexican. You're Irish, and you live in Whittier.
That's right.
And you should be nice to people, and you're good to people, and that's the way to go.
Yes, I am. And let me tell you something else.
I tell you what I want to do. I want to keep both of you gals on if I could.
I'm not going to stay on with this woman. She's a foul-mouthed old bitch, the way she's talking to me.
Well, I mean...
like a wussy to me.
You sound like some kind of a foul-mouthed old craggy white woman to me.
Who? To you?
You do, you dirty old bag.
All right, let's not do this, okay, ladies, please?
Hey.
Well, she's the one that started it.
Oh, you don't want to hear me?
You talking about, you dirty old...
All right, okay, hold on. Everybody, hold on.
I'm a lady, but I'll tell you one thing.
Shut your mouth. How many teeth you got left in your head anyway, okay?
Shut my mouth, because I can keep up with you any day of the week, my dear.
With a gallon of buttermilk, I'll take you out.
Cerritos on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I was listening to this thing about the camp, and I called the radio station to ask if it was for real. They said it was and hung up on me, so I called the police department, because if it was real, this man needs to go to jail. And
well, what police department did you call, ma'am?
The Cerritos police. And I'm telling you...
Well, I don't know that that's their jurisdiction. The camp is in Anaheim.
It doesn't matter if that's their jurisdiction. If you're making up this stuff...
You should have called the Anaheim police.
Why are you making this stuff up? You know, you happen to be it's crazy what you're doing.
What am I doing?
That stupid girlfriend of yours, that Maria Sanchez, is sticking up for...
Oh, here we go.
Child molesters the other night. I mean, the two of you are crazy, and I just wish that the people that are listening in would know that this is all a fake, just like that Margaret Gray and that stupid lawyer that you have on there flushing toilets.
Do you know that you're coming across sounding crazy? Do you know that my listeners right now just perceive you as a crazy old woman?
Well, let them perceive you as a crazy old woman.
So in other words, they're not taking you seriously.
Well,
you're just ranting.
You know,
and going nuts. And you're talking about you're talking about Maria. What does Maria Sanchez? What does Maria Sanchez have to do with this?
Because Maria Sanchez was on the other night with Sanchez and Walker defending child molesters.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Well, people that have listened know.
No, I listened and she wasn't.
People are believing this crap that you're putting on. And you.
Well, how do they know that how do they know that you're for real?
You and your producers have destroyed this radio station.
And that's a lot of power to have, isn't it?
Old crazy, but you're a damn fool.
Well, that's the kind of power I have. That's the kind of power I have.
You go to hell where you belong. You're nothing but an asshole.
Ooh. Now you did it. Now I'm going to Cerritos, and I'm going to kill me an old woman. Cerritos, hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Listen, if you want to come to Cerritos to kill an old lady, I'll give you my address. And let me see you do it.
Oh, you're tough, huh?
Yes, right.
Think you're really tough.
I think you are an insane idiot. That's what you are.
Think you're really tough, huh?
That wasting their time talking to you, believing that all this so-called satire is the real thing.
So you think you're tough, huh? You gonna take me out with a karate chop?
I wouldn't take you out. I wouldn't even touch you with a 10-foot pole.
I'm gonna come down there.
You aren't worth the time of day. You're a scumbag.
I'm coming down there.
That stupid girlfriend of yours.
I'm coming down. I'm coming down. Oh, okay, that's it. Now she's dead. Now she's dead. Go ahead. Would you get my truck warmed up? Have Sheldon just go. Here are the keys. Just go. Oh, she didn't give me the address. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. I want to thank my guest, Roland Selb from Town and Anaheim Hills, to be with us. Now, you know that we talked to someone who had a problem. Basically, the daycare facility that you and your wife operate is on a couple of acres in Anaheim Hills.
That is correct, Phil.
You have a policy where you do not allow the parents to visit the kids.
That is correct, and we find that eases the separation anxiety and helps the child socialize with the children that they are with.
All right, now we had a woman by the name of, you know the name Catherine Grussman, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right, then you're familiar with her complaint?
Yes, I am. We explained to Mrs. Grussman that the parents were not allowed. She showed up at our facility in mid-December. She wanted to see her daughter. I told her that she had signed a contract with us on how the children were to be socialized. Wrong.
No, my promise is not wrong. Yours is incorrect. First of all, you are going away from the facility for over an hour a day. These are little children.
We call the children adults. We do not call them children.
Oh,
we socialize them as adults.
Fine. I work with children every day in my life. You cannot leave children from ages of 15 months to 5 years old alone for more than 5 minutes.
Are they in touch with you, Mr. Selb?
They are in touch with us via what we call our panic button. We are down the...
You are down the street. What if one child pokes the other one's eyes out? Listen, you are gone for an hour. What if one child gets soiled? They lay in a dirty diaper for an hour and a half
these children
during
are
lunch?
These children are changed and bathed before we leave. They are completely clean. They are completely secure.
I mean, this is...
They have access to a cellular phone, and they know exactly where we are.
These are children. One could poke the other one's eye out. One could bite the other one. There is no adult with these children. I would not even go out. If I was in charge of children, I would not even walk out of the room without an adult there.
I'd be curious to know, are you in the daycare business? Because I don't think you're familiar with what we are up against and what we have to deal with, and I don't know whether you say that you take care of children.
My sister ran a daycare business for years in Florida. You cannot... I know what you're up against, but there should never be... Those young children should never be allowed alone in a room without supervision.
When do you expect us to have these meetings? How are we supposed to...
Have them after or before.
How are we supposed to have...
Or have them on another day. Or have...
Are the children there every day?
Or hire another person to come in and sit with the children for an hour while you have your meeting.
Children are there every day, Phil, to answer your question, yes, because there are parents who work every day.
Of course, I understand that. That's not the point.
But we're not made of money. And what we try to do is maximize the dollar so that the parents are not spending as much money as other places might charge, and we can provide this kind of care for them.
Well,
we need to eat lunch.
If these parents... I mean, I cannot believe that parents would know that their children are alone at that age and would go and pay money for you to take care of their children when you are so irresponsible.
I think that there's danger. We're saying that the parent has the right.
No, that's not. And I will say this, too. The children, as I told you, have access to a cellular phone. They know exactly where we are at all times.
5 years old? Are you kidding? What if one pokes the other one's eye out? You are down the street. Oh, access to the cellular phone. Okay. Oh, Susie. Hey, you're 5. All right.
Madam.
Tommy poked out Janie's eye. Oh, all right. Well, get on the cellular phone now and call the adults who are an hour away having their lunch meeting.
1 block away, not hour away. I said 1 block away, and I don't know what kind of daycare center you're used to, but we don't allow children to poke each other's eyes out in our daycare facility.
You're not there. They're kids.
We've never had...
They could fight. They could bite.
children do that? They could have an accident. One could get sick.
It is against the rules, and we have not had a child lose an eye in 2 or 3 years. These children are taken care of. And I resent
my gosh.
All right.
I'm
Thanks.
in shock.
What are you saying?
Of course we will, Phil.
You will.
Of course we will. That goes without saying, of course we will. But if the child is in no danger, and if we are conducting our day, we don't want to disrupt the children's day, and we have told the parents that, and they have agreed to that. And there are, to answer the other lady's question, we have any number of cell phones not only in the main daycare facility, but out near the pool as well, so that when the children are using the pool, or wherever they are, they can have access to us at the meeting. We are gone for no more than an hour. At the most.
Why the parents, you say, socializing the children?
We want to socialize the children. We also cannot run a business when we have parents there. The parents tend to be overly concerned. They want to tell you how to run your business, and it's much, much easier after hours to talk with them.
All right, here's Palm Desert on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I cannot believe this guy. This guy is out of his mind. How could you possibly even consider
I would like to know
leaving a child alone for 1 minute, much less 1 hour, with a cell phone or a panic button? You got to be out of your mind. You're running your business. You're running your business. So
I'd like to know if I'm speaking with people who have experience in the daycare business.
yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care who I am.
I don't think you do.
I don't care if I ever had a child. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take.
But you do have your radio turned up. Would you turn it down, please?
It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that you do not leave a toddler alone for 1 minute, much less 1 hour.
I made the statement to the other lady, the children are not left alone.
Who are they left with, each other?
We are no more than 1 block away at all times. We are near the facility.
You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Is that so
You know what
difficult
your
to
problem is?
understand?
You run your business so robotically anal retentive that you don't even know what children are all about.
I know exactly.
Screw the meetings. It's not about meetings. It's about children. Who cares about meetings?
We don't call them children. We call them adults. We socialize them.
Oh,
and
they're
we allow
adults.
these children. We allow these children to be socialized in a healthy way.
Oh, so since they're adults, they can watch each other? Is that your premise?
You know, Mr. Henry, this woman, with all respect to her, is so typical of the parents that we deal with. They think...
Do you have any children, Roland?
They think they know.
Do you have any children of your own, Roland?
I have a 5-year-old.
You
Yes,
have
I
a
do.
5-year-old.
Yes, I do.
And when that 5-year-old was 18 months old, or even 5, would you leave that 18-month-old alone?
I would have no problem with that for an hour. No, not at all.
You would have no problem with that for an hour?
As long as I was in close proximity, which we are.
Okay, when's the last time you had an accident with those children? What if
My
one
children
fell?
have never had an accident.
You
My
have
children-
never had an accident.
My children have had the regular scrapes and bruises that all children have, and we have certainly always been near them, and as we are the children in our daycare
What are
center.
these meetings all about? What are these meetings all about is what I want to know. I think you're planning, I think you're planning your molestation.
A better question is, do you have children?
Yes, I do
And the
have
answer
children.
is no.
Yes, I do have two children.
No, you have no children.
I have
No woman
two
with
children who I
no woman
raised
with
by
children
myself, who
would
I
have
stay
any
home with and
idea.
watch every minute of their
No woman
life.
with children, and you will raise children who are at your apron strings morning, noon, and night. Are they boys or girls?
I have a boy and a girl.
And you are raising a mama's boy, aren't you?
Heck no, I'm not raising a mom. My boy is 15 years old. He could probably kick your ass in a second.
Your boy is a mama's boy.
He'll kick your ass. In fact, I might send him over to do it. You're such a jerk.
He was at his apron strings all of his life, and he is completely incapable of dealing with life.
I think
And
that's
feel
your
sorry-
problem.
and
I think
feel
you're a
sorry for your
molester,
son.
and I think your meetings are molestation planning meetings.
Your son, as long as you're making these accusations, your son and you probably have a questionable
Why don't you change?
All right, okay.
Mr. Henry, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
That woman is very typical of the attitudes that we encounter with many parents. They think they know my business better than I do. They think much like many parents who involve themselves in public school systems. And I would give that woman this bit of advice. Pull your nipple away from your child and let him grow up. Because she has a 15-year-old son who probably is still breastfeeding.
Well, I didn't want to make you angry.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. I think...
I didn't want to... No, hold on. I want to get back to the point where this woman was denied access. Can we get into that?
Yes, but to finish my other point, we don't raise children who are tied to their mother's apron strings.
Okay, very, very good. Ms. Grossman, I should say, who you said, the lady... Well, let me get to another phone call here. I'll collect my thoughts, because I do want to get back to that.
That's fine. I'd be happy to speak with you about it.
All right. Anaheim on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yes, Phil. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your show. I disagree with your boss 100%. But I wanted to ask the caller here, first of all, while the children are left alone, which I disagree with, what is to prevent them from playing with the stove, starting the fire, and instead of hitting the panic button...
We teach the children not to do those things. We keep them away from the stove. We keep them away from anything that is going to harm them.
All right, now my question for you is this. The lady in question, Catherine Gressman, you're aware of the fact that she got into the facility?
Yes, I am.
All right, she said that she found a facility where there is a door open to a pool.
The pool is off limits to the children, and we have told them that. The door is open so that the children have access to a play area, which is on the 2 acres of land that we have. We have a jungle gym. We have different play areas, and we make sure that the children have access to that equipment.
Do they have access to this pool?
The pool is off limits to the children, no.
Because she said this woman literally hopped the fence.
I'm aware of Ms. Grossman's accusations, and I'm aware of her activities, and I'm aware of her trespassing. And yes, I am aware of the fact that she came through the back door, and I am aware of the fact that she saw things that she doesn't understand. This is how the children are treated. She did not find one mistreated child in the bunch. She did not find one child that was neglected in the bunch. She found things that she didn't think were right. Well, I told her then, and I tell you now, I run the daycare center according to my experience, not according to what she thinks should happen.
But she said that the children have access to a pool.
The children know the pool is off limits. They are restricted from that as they are restricted to electrical outlets or anything else.
All right, because there is like some kind of a blockhouse where there's electrical equipment, right?
Yes, and the children know not to go in there.
Is it locked?
It cannot be locked because we need access to it.
All right, so you guys are gone for an hour a day at lunch. You leave the back door open to a pool and to a blockhouse with electrical equipment.
And the children, Mr. Henry, I don't want to sound like a broken record.
But the kids have access, right?
The children are told not to go near it.
All right, San Bernardino on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi, this is Susan.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really, really hoping that this call is fake, that this man is not for real in this preschool.
I can tell you that we run a very good preschool, ma'am. You can talk to any of the parents that bring their children to our preschool.
Okay, sir. I'm an accredited preschool teacher, and I have 30 units right now. I'm 25 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is illegal in the state of California to leave children alone.
We do not leave them alone. I'm aware of the statute as well as you. We do not leave them alone.
You do too leave them alone. You leave the building. It's illegal to leave them alone in a room.
You leave the building, right?
You cannot leave them alone in a room.
We are in direct cellular phone connection to the children at all
Sir,
times,
you are not listening to me.
90 minutes.
Sir, you are not listening to me. You cannot leave them alone in a room. There is something called a child-teacher ratio, which means, like, let's say it's 4-year-olds. You can have 12 4-year-olds to one teacher in a room.
Very hazy. The law is very hazy.
No, the law is not very hazy.
I believe it is very hazy.
You have state investigators that come into the preschool. I'm surprised they haven't come into yours, or either you have somebody
They have been to our school. They have most certainly they've been to our school.
And the children obviously were not alone at that moment.
There is absolutely no abuse at all.
Well, it doesn't matter about the abuse.
Well, I think that's what you're inferring.
Well,
I mean, to leave the kids alone.
Mr. Henry, we don't leave them alone. I'm trying to tell the caller that. I'm trying to tell you that. I'm trying to tell your audience that.
And
we are 2 blocks away at all times.
With cellular phone connection.
Yes.
No, sir, that is illegal. That is illegal in the state of California, and also
Ms.
a mother should have a right to come in and see her child anytime.
Catherine
this
Gressman
is for
says,
the audience. Never, ever send your child to a preschool where you do not have the right to come in and visit your child.
Now, Catherine Gressman said that you had taken... What is this about taking your staff to a movie in the middle of the day?
It was someone's birthday, and we did take the staff, and we let the parents know that we would be gone for an extended period of time.
So why are these parents paying for the daycare?
Because we do a phenomenal job.
But they could just leave them at home.
Job.
Did you take your staff to a movie?
Yes, we did.
Sir, you are going to be closed down tomorrow if you are really a preschool and there is anybody from the state board listening.
Even if you're going to a movie, I mean, 90 minutes, I mean...
We went to see Titanic. We took the staff to this. The parents were aware of this.
That's a 3.5-hour movie.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So the kids were alone for 3.5 hours?
Mr. Henry, and to the lady, we don't leave the children alone. The children have cellular phone access.
Do you know how much this scares me in the state of California?
This sounds...
our public preschool systems, that this stuff is going on.
I can tell you the children are perfectly fine. At that time,
no, they are not perfectly fine. They are children. They are not adults. They are children.
We train the children so that they don't get into anything. They are in an area, in a nap room, and they are perfectly safe.
Yeah.
I got it real good. Let me go to Orange on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a 57-year-old retired early childhood professional. I've been in the business for 35 years. I've owned my own daycare center, and I will personally make it my own private crusade to put Mr. Rowland out of business.
Now, I will tell you
He
this.
does not belong in the business of taking care of children.
I beg to differ, and I would certainly, I think it's easy to call a talk show and just tell people your credentials.
Oh, no. You will see me along with a licensing worker.
Well, I'd be very happy to give you my phone number if you'd like.
Yes, please do.
Oh, certainly. The number, I have an L.A. area number.
L.A.? I thought your school was in Orange County.
It's in Orange County. If you'd like, I can give you
a... You have schools in Orange County also?
The school is in Orange County, yes.
How about L.A.? Do you have them in L.A.?
No, we do not.
Oh, okay.
We have an L.A. number. It's 213...
Just a moment. 213...
213...
What?
213...
Yes?
What was the number?
I told you.
No, he didn't.
Well, what is it?
213, isn't it?
213-427...
Got it?
All right.
Yes?
7091.
Do you have marbles
what is wrong? What?
Do you have marbles in your mouth?
Yeah, what did you say?
437-2991?
I know that is not the number. The number is 213. I'm trying to be cooperative, ma'am.
Well, that's good, because you're going to have practice, because the licensing board is going to be on your doorstep.
That's very fine. The licensing board, I've spoken with. The number is 213-427-7291.
What are you talking about? What's the number?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I'm speaking to you. What is the number?
I gave the number.
Did you understand the number, ma'am?
No, it was 211.
It is 213-427-7291.
7291. Very good. Your speech difficulty
is that your number?
Improving.
That's a general number.
General number for what?
General number for what?
It is a clearinghouse number for a number of businesses.
Oh, you're not an early childhood professional? You're a businessman in this for money?
No, ma'am, I am not.
As are most private school owners?
Well, of course that I'm in to make a profit, but what I'm saying is that number that I gave you is a general switchboard for a number of different businesses.
Oh, so that's part of the con, is that it?
What con would that be, madam?
Leaving children unsupervised and not letting parents have free access to their children that the state of California requires in Title 22.
I would like to ask you, what possible trouble could a child get into when the child is restrained?
I don't know. Restrained?
What do you mean restrained?
Oh, you have them tied up?
We restrain them, yes.
In what?
What are you talking about?
Mr. Henry, I came on your program with the understanding that we were going to talk about my business and that I was not going to be vilified or impugned in any way.
What are you restraining the children with?
Certainly when we are gone for 3 hours, you have to do something to restrain the children. We use a variety of things. Electrical cord and tape.
Mr. Henry, is this one of your put-on calls? You've done a really good job.
What are you talking about?
I hope it is. I hope
no, it's not.
A real caller.
No, it is not.
Please. This cannot
you are restraining these kids?
Leather straps are not damaging to the skin at all.
Leather straps are not damaging to the skin.
You see, the woman finds this funny. This woman was so concerned about children. She is so concerned about children.
Corporal punishment is against the law in the state of California.
We are not punishing the children. We are tying them down.
Tying them down or restraining them is against the law.
If a child gets out of hand, we can put them in what is an electrified crib.
An electrified crib?
What is that?
Yes, it's... You know, madam, you were so shocked and yet you're laughing.
Yes, I am very shocked.
I don't think so, because you found all of this very amusing. And
I am absolutely appalled.
I question the veracity of your call.
It's just... You're just incredible.
An electrified crib, we use leather straps, and in fact, I wouldn't mind using one on you. On your ass end. And daily enemas keep the children sedated. How about that, Grandma?
Do you have any comment, Mr. Henry?
Nice hearing from you. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201... I'll tell you what. I'm in shock.
Well, I'm in shock over that...
No, I'm in shock.
No, I'm in shock over that woman's call.
Well, I'm in shock over your call that you would tie those kids down.
I'm in shock that you would put that woman on the air.
Well, I'm in shock that you have a door that's open.
I'm in shock that the fact that you get 4 hours a night on... Oh, never mind.
Right.
Where the pool area is accessible, right?
No, they are not accessible to the pool.
Well, that's not what Catherine Grusman says. She came, she saw the door open to the pool.
The children have instructions not to go in the pool, and they are good children, and they do as they're told.
You are risking a lot even having a pool on a preschool playground.
Is there a fence around the pool?
I beg your pardon?
Is there a fence around the pool?
From the outside, yes.
Is there a fence around the pool from the back of the house?
Well, that's ridiculous. Of course there isn't.
There should be.
Well, there isn't.
Legally by the law in California, you're supposed to have a fence all the way around the pool.
Thank you for calling. Orange on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Gloria.
Ma'am, could you hold the line for a minute? I got to take a break. I will get right to your call.
Yes.
Hold on, please. And Mr. Selb, hold on. We've got to take a break. Phil Hendry's show here on KFI.
I'd be very happy to, Phil.
How could insurance cover a double mastectomy when you don't have breast cancer?
My husband took care of that. I don't know.
Okay, also about this...
Doctor, can I ask the doctor a question? Can you give a woman a mastectomy in good conscience without her having breast cancer?
Absolutely not.
And certainly no insurance would cover that, correct?
Absolutely. There are very, very rare causes when there is a very strong family of breast cancer.
Well, my husband said that the insurance company covered it.
All right. Well, again, there are very, very rare causes when there's such a strong family history of breast cancer in the family when everybody got it that some surgeons, I'm assuming, might do mastectomy to prevent it, but they don't do mastectomy, because somebody is admiring Nancy Reagan or somebody's neighbor has had breast cancer.
Do you know anything about the AIDS cocktails?
Yes, I know plenty about the AIDS cocktail.
What do you mean the AIDS smoothie?
Well, they make a cocktail or a smoothie out of it.
Right.
They make a smoothie out of it.
They call it a cocktail because it's a combination of a few medications, not because it's a cocktail. Anyways,
they mix it with yogurt?
No, listen. What this cocktail does is
do they mix it with
delays.
yogurt?
They can mix it with anything.
A little protein powder?
It's pills. It's a bunch of pills. They call it a cocktail.
Calcium and less. So you can mix it with yogurt?
You can mix it with anything. Well, I mean, what do you mean you can mix it with yogurt? It's a bunch of pills. That's why they call it a cocktail.
They call it a cocktail, so you could mix it with a smoothie or give it to children that way. I'm trying to think of the best way to give it to a child if we went and got a slushie. All
right. And the other thing.
Wait a minute. You're not giving this to kids, are you? You're giving this to your children?
Oh my God.
Yes.
This person should be. Do you have a psychiatrist? I hope.
Well,
because if you had the most
you're giving an
knowledge,
AIDS smoothie to your kids?
It's the cocktail, the AIDS cocktail.
Oh my God.
Well, we go to the store, where they sell the Slurpees or whatever, and we give the children that.
Are you for real, sir, or lady, whoever you are?
What I'm saying is this: we so admire Magic Johnson, and we know that the new drugs. And doctor, you're familiar with 3TC,
yes,
and D4T, and the rest.
Absolutely.
And these
let me tell you something.
They've been so wonderful in preventing the development of the AIDS virus in Magic Johnson that we went out and got it, and we made smoothies out of it.
All right, listen.
You made smoothies out of it.
First of all, you need to make a distinction between contracting the AIDS virus and getting AIDS. I'm not, sure.
AIDS is the actual symptomatic.
Exactly. When you're symptomatic.
Right, and HIV positive doesn't necessarily mean that you're dying of AIDS.
Right. That just means you've contracted the virus. And if you take the cocktail. If you take the cocktail that you're talking about, that does not decrease your risk of contracting the AIDS virus. And certainly the side effects of the medications might be much worse than the possible, decrease in the risk that hasn't even been proven. If you do get the virus and you do take the medications, that might delay the time between between contracting the virus and actually developing full-blown AIDS. But it's just absurd if you haven't contracted the virus to take all this medication.
What about the AIDS Greyhound?
The AIDS Greyhound?
Yes.
No.
What's an AIDS Greyhound?
That's the AIDS cocktail with vodka and grapefruit juice.
The AIDS Greyhound. I don't. Doctor, thanks very much.
All right, well, 1-800. This person has absolutely no medical knowledge, or no. You don't even have the basic knowledge of the, how the AIDS virus works, or what, how what you can do to prevent it, or what. The only way to prevent contracting the AIDS virus is by using condoms and not having unprotected sex, basically.
What about the AIDS Orange Bang?
Listen, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, but what I'm saying is, do you know the great work that Richard Gere has done for China?
Well, I mean, who are you? I don't know. I mean, I can't.
She's with a charitable foundation, okay? And we're talking about a lot of different people who've been involved with...
Richard Gere has helped all the people with AIDS in China, but there's an AIDS horchata.
You need to get educated, basically. You need to get educated properly. Don't read medical articles off People's Magazine or whatever.
This was out of the Encarta Encyclopedia on our Windows 95.
Okay,
that's great. It's an encyclopedia. It doesn't necessarily.
Wonderful.
But that's what I thought I'd do to prevent getting the AIDS. I would give it to the kids and the Microsoft Encarta.
Okay.
No, we didn't have it. We had it on.
You were afraid you were going to get infected by friends.
Yes.
And you also give your family the AIDS cocktail, D4T, 3TC, DDC, and the rest, so you won't get AIDS.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, let's go to Anaheim on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Fine.
Good. Bobby, you got to be kidding. Hello?
Is that it, sir?
That's not it. No, I mean, look, we're talking about this is worse than, germophobia. Let's think here. I'm a germophobic from way back. I'm obsessive compulsive, and even I'm smarter than that. So what I'm wondering is should I go ahead and have my rectum removed so I don't get rectal cancer?
Well,
I'm a smoker. Maybe I should have my lungs removed so I don't
get
lung
rectum
cancer.
removed, and that'll keep you heterosexual anyway. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI LA County. Here is San Diego on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is Scott.
Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Okay. I wanted to do a comment on that, about taking those drugs and giving them to
you say you mix these things up and give them to your family.
Well, we do. We do different things. We have cocktails.
You know how much toxins are in those drugs, antivirals? If there is no need to take them...
Do you take them?
Yes, I do take them, and I've been taking them for several years.
Have you ever had AIDS on the beach?
Yes, I do. I have no T cells at all.
No, I mean the drink, AIDS on the beach.
Excuse me?
Have you had the drink, AIDS on the beach?
The drink? No. I don't...
What is that, AIDS on the beach?
Ahead of that. I'm more mature about that.
No, but it's a fun way to do it. I know. I'm very sorry.
But to give your kids, that's not only dangerous, that's also illegal.
Well, it's the Long Island AIDS.
And that is you definitely need to be educated and talk to somebody about that, because this is something that you don't mess around with and think that you can play doctor about.
Well,
too many people have died.
But I saw the article on Magic Johnson in People magazine.
Yeah, Magic.
And it said that one of the people are saying that if you take the AIDS cocktail, you're going to be okay.
No, you're not, because I'm still not okay, and I'm on the latest drugs. And plus, there also a cocktail is protease inhibitor along with antiretrovirals like Crixivan. Protease inhibitors are Crixivan, ritonavir.
Did you read about Richard Gere in China?
I don't care about Richard Gere in China. I'm just concerned about this subject about taking drugs that is no need for it, and it's not preventive drugs.
They don't have any democracy in China.
Well, the Chinese don't have to worry about this.
Right. They don't have no AIDS in China.
Yeah, they don't. Well, I don't know, but
I don't know if they have AIDS in China.
This is the first I've ever heard of giving it to your family. That's like poisoning your family.
Do you like Tanquerades and tonic?
And AZT also has major side effects.
All right, thank you, sir, for sharing that. Appreciate it. Los Angeles on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yes. This woman doesn't, I don't know what she's talking about, because I know I've got friends who are HIV positive, and they're taking a combination of drugs. They start at 7 in the morning and they end at 12:30 at night. They have to eat at different intervals, and this is a very serious thing.
When you talk about, Bobby, when you talk about making an AIDS cocktail for the kids...
Well, Phil, let me demonstrate it, if I could.
Demonstrate it?
I can demonstrate it. We have the D4T and the 3TC here.
Well, why are you taking it?
Well, excuse me. I have some Tanqueray gin.
Tanqueray gin. That's really excellent. You don't take that in combination with this drug.
What are you doing?
Just don't do that. Oh, she's making the cocktail. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, no.
Now I will take the drink.
This doesn't make any sense because you ought to be dead from the combination of alcohol and those pills. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what I did when I thought I got cancer?
What?
What you can do, and you know, they treat cancer with radiation.
They what?
So,
they treat cancer with radiation?
Yes.
Yes.
And what I did was I opened the door to the microwave, and I turned it on, and I stood there.
You know, that's really stupid. My mother had cancer, and she had radiation back in the 60s, and she didn't make it. And they've got great technology now, health technology, and you're just crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me that people who are dying who are taking these pills, this medication. Some people make it, some don't.
Did you recommend to your mother that she stand in front of a microwave or use
let me tell you something. Microwaves were not invented back in the 60s, at least for public consumption.
But what about the radioactivity that you could get from them?
What about it?
They use that to treat cancer.
Yes, they do. However, in prescribed doses. But, you know, I'm hanging up the phone because you're just too crazy for me. You know, I'm going to be praying for you. So you need prayer. Okay, thanks. Bye.
What are you doing?
I'm making this is called the Harvey AIDS banger. I'm getting a little bit fried on this stuff.
Is it good?
Damn right.
Well, that's great. Bobby, I hope that Jono has been able to find the name of a good doctor. I know that you wanted to find out about a psychologist.
Hold on, I'm going to hang out by the microwave here. There.
We've got the name of a psychiatrist.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Henry.
You really you're packing down those Tanquerades and tonics, huh?
It's all good now.
All right. Anyway, Phil Hendry Show here. Thanks very much, Bobby.
Word.
Phil Hendry Show here on KFI AM 6.
Talking about body armor here. Got a Fort Bragg on the John and Ken Show. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm a first-time caller.
Yes, sir.
Yes, well, you know, like everyone else, of course, everyone's sorry about, you know, what happened.
Right.
Now, I'd just like to say, concerning the assault weapon and also the body armor, if you show me a law, you know, because he's been kind of vague, he hasn't said, you know, exactly what it's going to do. You know, you said some citizens would be able to receive body armor if they needed it.
Right.
You know, how? How would they, you know, because if you show me a law that would actually stop the criminals and not just hurt good American citizens.
All right, let's talk. What do you think about that?
I'd give you my support.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think that it's, if the caller had seen a motion picture called RoboCop. Has the caller seen that film?
Kind of the assault weapon and also the body armor. If you show me a law, you know, you said some citizens would be able to receive body armor if they needed it.
Right.
You know, how? How would they, you know, because if you show me a law that would actually stop the criminals and not just hurt good American citizens.
All right, let's talk. What do you think about that?
I'd give you my support.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think that it's, if the caller had seen a motion picture called RoboCop. Has the caller seen that film?
Oh, sure.
All right. In that film, and it's a very fantastic account of the future, as I'm sure you know, where a synthesized mechanical man and a human, they become one. If you know, huh?
They're like it's the Cyberman. Yeah.
I really think that there's an answer to some kind of a cyberkinetic connection between people and machines.
Is that what you say, RoboCop?
Well, no, not RoboCop per se, but something where a man can go down the street mechanically.
Mechanically?
Yes, sir.
are you talking about those rings they talked about years ago where you'd have to have a ring on to fire your weapon so your weapon would recognize you? Is that what you're talking about, or
a ring?
Have you've heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well,
what is that?
They had talked about that trying to devise a ring that would your electric impulse that would have that in your weapon.
Really?
It would recognize. It would be your personalized weapon that you had to have that ring in your hand for your weapon to fire.
No, I'm talking about being able to be a human being with cyber parts, mechanical legs. Okay? And I think that's the way to go, John.
Well, that sounds nuts.
I'm confused.
That sounds nuts.
I'm confused. I really am.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about how, for instance, if you were just to put a trash can, if you can go down the street, and I'm sure the gentleman has seen...
Who's this, Ray?
Yes.
All right, Ray, go.
Ray, have you seen these ray guns? It's funny, your name is Ray. Have you seen these weapons from space?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see. You said you're in the military. I'm in the military as well.
No, I'm not in the military.
Didn't you say you're actually sitting?
Not me, no.
No. Oh, okay.
Well, who is this?
I'm a caller from Riverside, California.
Oh, I thought.
All right.
You're not speaking to the gentleman whose brother got killed.
No, I'm not him.
You're a caller from Riverside?
That's right.
Oh, this is Ray from Fort Bragg.
Oh, how you doing, Ray? My name is Melvin.
Okay.
And I think that the use of...
So what are you saying? You're saying the use of what?
Well, I think the use of some kind of technology whereby we can vaporize people.
Okay.
All right? And that's what
You're talking... Wait. That is stupid. It is stupid.
Have you ever seen that Star Trek movie?
Oh, my goodness.
What are you talking about, a ray gun?
I mean, on the Star Trek.
Ray in Fort Bragg, why are you laughing at this?
Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it sounds ridiculous to me, too, and that's what we're trying to communicate to this caller right now.
Not at all. Not at all ridiculous.
Well,
because, first of all, there is... Imagine if you could. All right, sir? Just make your enemy disappear.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking...
Is this technology available now?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The technology exists now where we could vaporize anywhere from 10 to 20 individuals with one blast.
Okay.
Ray, imagine if you could get rid of your enemy with a thought. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to get rid of your enemy with a thought. Just think the guy away.
Hey, you think this is possible?
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you like it? Would you buy it? I'm asking the caller in Fort Bragg, California, if he'd buy it.
Oh, well, it's...
Because I'd like to tell you, John, I have developed this.
You have developed... What have you...
I have developed a weapon that you can use, and you can vaporize someone with one thought. And it's... Oh, God, I'm so happy. Because it took me years.
You have this? Could you demonstrate it?
We could demonstrate it for you.
Okay, well, just don't put me in your mind. I don't want to die.
Well, no, I don't. But I could show you, and if you could give me your phone number, I'd be happy to demonstrate it for you. All right? In fact, here's a friend of mine. Listen, Jim, could you stand across the room for a minute? What do you do? Just stand. I want to use the weapon here, John.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to watch this. Wow! He's gone. He's dead. What's the matter?
Well, it seems kind of far out to me, Melvin. I mean, with your training in the military.
No, that's me.
Oh, you have training in the military?
Well,
do you believe that this is possible?
Negative.
Well,
at least maybe I just don't have the clearance for it.
Negative?
I don't.
Expand a bit on that.
I'm just saying I don't think it's possible.
You don't think that you can vaporize someone with a thought?
I'm sorry.
Well, what are you? Are you a little bit of a dim bulb there, Ray?
No, just...
I mean, think about it. Be able to use your imagination.
Why? Okay, if I was using my imagination, in my imagination, I suppose I could, but in real life, no.
If a man could think and transpose that energy into a unit which could centralize, that is, would be able to take that energy and focus it and intensify it, and then be able to. What were you? Were you just a private in the Army?
Huh? No.
What did you? Where's your rank?
Specialist.
Specialist? What grade?
Oh, that's E4.
Were you a sergeant?
No, that's Sergeant E5.
E5. So you're almost a grunt. Is that a colonel?
What's that?
You were a colonel?
No.
You're an admiral?
Not an admiral.
Are you an admiral?
Admiral is in the Army.
All right. Well, you need to focus that energy, Ray, and that's why I would suggest you do some deep breathing exercises.
Okay.
All right?
Check.
Thank you very much for calling.
All right, it's John and Ken Show. I don't know what we're talking about here. You're talking about a ray gun.
I'm talking about a ray gun. And
this show's got a bit nuts here. Let's go over here to Ohio. You're on with the John and Ken Show.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is John. I'm a gun dealer here in Ohio. And I come from a background of public servants, such as police officers and firemen. And I've seen my father come home where he's been seriously injured and on duty.
What happened? What happened to him?
Well, pick which time. He had been body slammed by bricks. Cars, people.
Was he working at the time or what?
Say again?
Was he working at the time?
No, on duty during riots here in Dayton.
I didn't know. Do you have colored people in Dayton?
Say again?
Do you have colored people in Dayton?
Well, yes, don't most cities?
Well, I don't know. But what were the riots? Were they black folks or?
Yes, it was. It was during the 60s, and we had, there were some racial incidents, and that was one of the first serious injuries they received.
Well,
but the point I want to make is...
How close is Dayton to Cincinnati?
Approximately 55 miles.
A friend of mine went to the game yesterday. Congratulations, by the way, to the Bengal organization.
Very good.
They beat
anyway,
Dallas.
The point I want to make is that
they didn't.
There's a lot of rhetoric on both sides for and against this, and the whole point centers around human nature, that laws do nothing to stop a demented or a criminal act. And the only thing a law does is provide a means for courts to prosecute and bring this person to justice. And we'd like to give an illustration.
Could I ask you a question before you go on further? Because I'd like to get an idea of who I'm speaking with at any given point. Can you tell me, you're in Ohio, I take it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. And the city of Dayton is where in relation to Cleveland, sir?
We're approximately 200 miles.
Right, he's 200 miles from Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah, mark that down. All right, sir. And how about Tennessee, the border of Tennessee? Can you tell me where that might be?
Roughly 250 miles.
All right, Ed, he's 250 miles. Is that south, did you say, sir?
Yes.
All right, very good. He's 250 miles north of Tennessee. All right, sir, go right ahead.
We're a typical Midwest city.
Yes, sir. I'm not familiar with Dayton. What would you say is its primary export?
Automotive and...
Is that right? What about Akron? Now, Akron's where the polymers are, isn't it?
Sure. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Ed, if you want to write it down. I don't know if you want to or not.
Is this the gentleman whose brother was killed?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
well,
I'm a caller.
My point. The point being,
please. I just want you to give an
illustration. About 1986, our government changed our laws concerning private ownership of machine guns. The argument at the time, on both sides, there's no need.
Well, hold on. This is John Cobell. Sir, hold on for a minute. This is John Cobell. Hold on. This is John Cobell. I got to tell Ed, you can't talk anymore while the man's talking.
Oh, I wanted to just get some more background information.
No, he is making a point about the gun situation.
Yes, Ed, we listen to you, so please give me the same.
That's exactly correct. I think that's only fair.
All right, sir. I didn't mean to offend you in any way.
No.
And I'm simply trying to ascertain information.
Sure.
All right, sir.
Call me after the show.
Oh, I'd be very happy to do that. What did you do back there?
Ed, would you hold on and let the man talk?
What did you do?
Hold on and let the man talk, all right? John and Dayton, you go right ahead.
All right. The laws against machine guns changed. There was a compromise between both sides.
Right.
Allowed no further importation or manufacture of machine guns for domestic sales.
Is this in Ohio?
This is nation law.
Nationwide.
The argument made was,
nationwide.
There's never been a criminal act
or
murder committed with a legally owned machine gun. Well, guess what?
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
The only people who needed machine guns
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Police officers and the military.
How about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
After this law was passed, guess what?
What?
The first murder committed with a legally owned machine gun by a police officer in this town.
Well, now, can I ask you a question?
The point being, these laws don't stop, nor do they predict.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, though?
Sure, go ahead.
What about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? That was an illegal act, obviously. It was a murder, and it was several murders committed with the submachine guns of the Al Capone organization.
Bottom line, criminal acts by criminals. You can't stop them at best.
Well, I would tell you.
You can prosecute the individuals involved in the aftermath.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
That's all police department's for, is to apprehend and bring to justice criminals.
What about that Terry Nichols individual? Okay.
Let's stick to the point. Let's just keep the body armor and the related areas.
Terry Nichols was married to...
I sell body armor.
Well, I can tell you...
My average customer is
what about the Filipino he married?
A police officer, or an amazing number of hunters.
Do you ever watch that NYPD Blue?
Really? I don't care for that.
Okay, well, they have body armor on that program. And
body armor, by the way, is talk about these armor-piercing or body-piercing bullets. Virtually any hunting round that's been in common use for the last 80 or 90 years in America will penetrate the vast majority of body armor.
Well, you know, and the point I think that the gentleman's making, and it's a very good one, that armor has been around since, King Arthur.
It goes back before that.
You gotcha. And the other thing they wore, I think, were the helmets, and they had the axes and all of that nonsense. And I think that our police probably need something along those lines. Helmets, axes, cat o' nine tails, you know?
Well,
do you own livestock?
No, sir, I'm a firearms dealer.
Do you know
firearms and historical items?
Do you know that I want to tell you something, John, and this is an amazing thing. I can shove a straw through a potato. So there's your body armor right there.
Amazing. And what's your point?
Well, I mean, if you can do that, what's it going to help a police officer to be able to have the other items that you were discussing?
You know? Body armor?
Well, yes, sir.
It does virtually nothing. And in this town, we've recently had a police officer killed.
Oh, sir, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Very young gentleman. He came from a line of police officers.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
And it was a young man who was berserk, came to one of the police stations, opened fire on a couple of officers. One was seriously wounded.
Oh, God help us.
And the other young gentleman was shot in the head, and he died.
God help us.
And
God help us.
Body armor, unfortunately, did nothing.
Yes.
It's common knowledge that police officers wear body armor, and you're seeing more officers shot in the head, unfortunately.
Can I ask you, do you sell handguns? I'm sure you do.
Right now, I'm standing in my store in the midst of approximately 800 handguns.
800 wow. You know, the news you just gave me is so depressing that about the death of a young police officer, please, that's very depressing. So I would almost want to...
It's only a sign of how society has gone downhill.
I would like to go...
Life in society has been degraded.
But you know something, John? You know how it makes me feel? I'd like to go to your store, purchase one of your weapons, and put a bullet right through my own head. That's how I feel.
Not very productive, Ed.
Well, you know, John, though, look at this cesspool we live in. We got that Clinton there in the White House, and
he's not to blame.
Every homosexual is running all around the places, too, as I'm sure you're well aware. The blacks and all of this nonsense. I would go to your store and purchase what I'm sure is a tremendous weapon, and I'd put the barrel in my mouth and go ahead and squeeze off around. What do you think?
I think it'd be a terrible thing to do to your relatives, Sid.
Well, unfortunately,
have you ever seen the aftermath of what it looks like when someone... Well, I've been involved as a fireman. I've had to go to the scenes like that. Let me tell you, it just tears family up.
I'll tell you this, my son had a weapon one day, and I was trying to teach him what to do with it, and I'll be a son of a gun, and excuse my language, if he didn't fire off a round right into my ass. Shot me in the ass.
Point taken, eh?
And my question, of course, he eventually wound up homosexual. I'm thinking, there's some kind of hidden meaning in that?
Oh, you asked the wrong person. That's not area.
So you know what I did? I was going down the hill at the time, and we had a great-looking Suburban at the time. I'm sure you know the automobile I'm talking about.
Yeah, we built one or two around here.
A tremendous, tremendous automobile, sir. I kicked open the passenger door, and I shoved my son out as we were traveling at about 65 miles per hour.
Fatherly love.
I bounced him down the highway with a bleeding ass. How about that?
Well, not me. Not without a court order.
No, sir.
But,
you ever been to a Cleveland Cavaliers game?
Again, not without a court order.
Not without a court order.
Hey, John, Ken,
that is outstanding.
John, Ken.
That is outstanding. Oh, John?
Yes, John right here. John Cobell.
Okay, Ken, what is going on here?
I don't know. I tell you something. I've been listening to this, and it's nuts.
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask you, sir, what do you do for jock itch?
Hey, listen,
Hey, Ed, did you hear about the time the Tooth Fairy was killed by a gun?
Well, I'd rather stick to something that's more germane.
Home invasion. Watch that stuff.
Hi, this is the John and Ken Show. Listen, I don't know what's going on there. You know, sir?
Yes, sir.
You're a great guy. This guy was a caller. I don't know what went on.
Well, you let it drag on to see what happened.
Well, I wanted to find out what the guy was all about.
Well, I don't think he knows what he's about.
He doesn't. This is John Cobell, though, sir. And, Ken, say hi to the guy.
Hey, any comments, any questions?
how you doing?
Fair to Millen.
Great. Well, I'm Ken Shampoo.
And I'm John Cobell.
And I'm John.
Well, thanks for listening to the John. What station you listen to us on there in Dayton, Ohio?
WHIO.
Whoa, not that.
Well,
not that station.
We're limited to choices here.
Oh, God, they owe me money.
Yeah,
you know
well.
how much money they owe me?
Step in the line.
Oh! That's bad.
They're fairly good people.
Give them a call and tell them to pay me, will you?
They give a reasonable approach to the news around here.
Well, I know, but give them a call.
They carry your show. They can't be too bad.
Well, that's a good question.
Listen, tell me you owe me some dough.
Well, I'll speak to Ken and see what he say. This is the other Ken that I know up there.
All right, do that, will you? Tell him you talk to John Cobell and he owes me money.
All right.
All right, pal, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks for the John and Ken Show.
You're welcome.
John and Ken, KFI 8640 with City Talk Radio. Let's go now to Terry Ray Elmer to KFI News Center.
Hey, John and Ken, KFI News Time now is 7:18. A Bellflower pediatrician...
Turn it off.
Sorry.
KFI is a talk station that does live local news on the hour, on the half, and when it breaks. I'm Terry Ray Elmer, KFI News.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. What do you want from me? It's the Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. We'll be out there at the West Hollywood Halloween party there between 7 and 11 on Friday night. We'll be on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, and come on out in your KFI mask. Come, just whatever you want to wear. I don't care. Wear your costume. Come over, say hello. If you have your KFI talk show host Halloween mask, though, you get a T-shirt from us. That's 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Just look for me. I'll be the guy with a KFI microphone. I'm bald. I'm pretty ugly. And I'll be standing next to a real beat-up pile of garbage van that they ought to replace one of these days. Some pile of junk that they bought for about $50K. Some armored car that they thought would be really interesting. Some kind of a really interesting promotional vehicle that ain't run right yet. We'll be standing right next to that one, okay? Unlike the one down in Miami that ran all over the place, man. We took it everywhere. This one that they bought here, about $50K, and it's been sitting in the parking lot leaking oil for about a year. We'll be right next to that one. So anyway, it'll be fun, and it'll be Friday night between 7 and 11. And that will be right here live on the air on KFI AM 640. On the line with us right now is Jay Santos from Diamond Bar. Mr. Santos is a property owner in Diamond Bar who is involved in an ongoing dispute with a neighbor. This is really interesting. We have a house in Thousand Oaks, and we have a tree on the side of our property there that hangs over our neighbor's chimney. And the guy has been telling us to cut this thing back for months. We keep cutting it back, and it keeps growing. We keep cutting it back, and the guy keeps complaining. I don't blame the guy, because he's got a chimney, and the tree sets, if the chimney sets the tree on fire, everybody dies. So we cut it back, and I'm right now at the point where I want to just bulldoze this thing down. So fact is this, that neighbors have disputes. Mr. Santos, you had a dispute with a neighbor involving a tree house?
That's right.
Can you tell us about it?
Yes, sir. This was a property dispute, and you'll pardon me, I'm a little bit nervous.
That's quite all right. We get a lot of people on the air for the first time, so take a deep breath, get yourself a glass of water.
Yes, sir. We have a piece of property. We've got a half-acre in Diamond Bar right off the 57 freeway, and we have a piece of property that is fairly well enclosed. We're in a cul-de-sac, which we purchased for privacy and for the safety of our children. We have a neighbor who allowed his children to build a tree house. This is a tree house that actually sits on supports. It's not a tree house per se, but a small playhouse for children that sits up on supports. And this was overlooking our backyard. We felt, due to the nature of some of our entertaining, and due to the nature of the fact that we were looking for privacy, we felt that this was imposing on our privacy, and that we felt that there might be a better place for this treehouse. Now,
let me ask you before we go any further. Are you a member of a homeowners association?
No, sir. This is a private residence. We live in a subdivision. There are no homeowners statutes, or not statutes, homeowner regulations that govern this. This was simply a neighbor-to-neighbor question that we had.
All right, go ahead.
And as I said, I'm just a little bit nervous, so I hope you'll bear with me.
We're bearing with you fine.
I went next door and asked him if he would remove this tree house, this playhouse, to another portion of his yard where it was not overlooking our backyard and overlooking our windows and looking into various portions of the house. He suggested that we draw our curtains, and further suggested that if we were planning on sunbathing, that we do it at another time of the day when his children were not in the playhouse.
That doesn't sound reasonable.
No, sir, it didn't sound reasonable to me either.
Do you sunbathe with no clothes on? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, my wife does, and on occasion I do, and it's nothing that we're not nudists or anything like that. We feel it's just part of our rights as homeowners to sunbathe. We have a pool that we enjoy. He also suggested that we draw our blinds. And this tree house looks directly down into not only a sliding glass door that views onto the kitchen table, but also looks down into 2 or 3 of the bathrooms, which border the back of the house. And I recognize that children have a right to play in a tree house. I do not recognize their right. Excuse me.
All right. Do you need a glass of water?
If you don't mind, I'd like to do that.
All right, sir. We're talking to. Go ahead and get your glass of water, and I'll just update the audience. Okay?
Thank you.
We're talking to Mr. Jay Santos, who lives in Diamond Bar, has a dispute going with a neighbor. His kids had a tree house that was overlooking his property. Are you there, sir?
Yes.
Go ahead with your story.
The neighborhood kids can sit up in the tree house and look down through the windows of our house, and some of these windows are into bathrooms and other areas where private business is being taken care of. So I again asked him, would he consider moving the tree house? I would pay for the moving of that tree house. He refused, saying that it was his property, that they had a right to place that house wherever they wanted to. I had a dispute with him.
All right, so let me just cut to the chase with you. What happened? You got into some trouble, didn't you?
I took care of the problem myself, yes, sir.
What did you do?
I removed the tree house myself. I took it, basically knocked it down.
Now you took you went onto his property, didn't you? And you destroyed this piece of private this private property of his, this tree house, didn't you?
I had asked him countless times if he would remove this. It was offending and intruding on our privacy. He said that he would not. And I took matters into my own hands. I went onto his property and I cut the house down, basically by sawing through 2 of the supports and allowing it to collapse on into his yard. I took care that it would not collapse onto any adjoining fences, and I took care that it would not collapse onto any power lines that were near it. But I did cut the supports out from under it and causing it to collapse down onto the lawn there in the backyard.
Now, how high up was this treehouse?
I would say it was about 25 feet up in the air, at which time he came to my residence and a physical altercation ensued. He attempted to assault me and commit battery, and we had to involve the police in this. I also demanded a citizen's arrest, which time the police officers did place him under arrest.
Okay, now we're going to get up to speed here and recap. You cut down this guy's treehouse, his kid's treehouse, and the cops arrested him.
Sir, I was battered and I was assaulted by him, and I told the officers the story, and they did arrest him. They also arrested me for trespassing, for criminal trespass, and for vandal and destruction of private property. It was my contention to the police that a intolerable situation existed as the result of his kid's treehouse, and that I was simply doing what anyone would do when denied their privacy, and that's what we feel he did in this situation.
So you felt you had a matter having to do with privacy. Why didn't you get a lawyer and sue the guy, or take him to court, or do something in terms of the court system that would not have necessitated you going and destroying this property?
Because I was not in the mood, and I was not, frankly, financially capable of hiring an attorney for something as frivolous as this. My neighbor completely overreacted when I took care of his treehouse, and it is my opinion that that overreaction is what put him in jail and what put me in jail as well. Because I attempted to defend myself, the police officers then listened to him, and this entire thing ensued.
So the end result is this guy is asking you for all kinds of monies. I mean, he's asking you for like $50,000 in medical bills.
I think that it's absolutely absurd, and I think that it's something that cannot exist. I offered to pay for half of his daughter's medical bills. Because
when you say what happened to his daughter? Sir?
Yes, I'm right here.
What, you said he is asking you to pay for half of his daughter's medical bills?
Yes.
What happened to his daughter? Did you do something to his daughter?
No, I did nothing directly to his daughter, but she was injured when the treehouse was cut down. She was apparently asleep inside of it. I'm very sorry for that. I didn't know that there was a child inside of it. Had I known that, I never would have done that.
Good God. I mean, did you think to look inside?
All I know is that I had asked him for months to move the treehouse. He didn't do it. I went next door. I took care of the problem myself. Now, I've offered to pay for half, and only half, of the daughter's medical injuries, because his daughter was irresponsible by being up there. I'd asked them not to be up there. I'd asked them not to spy on our property. The father was negligent in allowing his children to be up in that treehouse. I will only pay for half, not all.
But you're very sorry you hurt this kid.
Yes, Mr. Henry, it goes without saying I'm sorry I hurt the child. But, again, this was an untenable situation created by a man who simply would not listen to me when I said move that treehouse, so I took care of the problem. I'm sorry about the kid.
My understanding is the child suffered a broken pelvis, had a concussion, and some broken ribs.
That's generally what will happen if you're sitting in a treehouse and it comes 20 feet to the ground. It's what's going to happen.
All right, so you went next door to his house with a Black & Decker chainsaw and you saw the supports out from under this thing.
Yes, sir. That's what I told your producer. That's what I told the police.
All right, Jay Santos is on the line. He lives in Diamond Bar. He had a dispute with a neighbor who had a treehouse overlooking his property. He thought it was an invasion of his privacy. He decided to take a chainsaw and cut it down, and the next-door neighbor's daughter was sleeping inside of it at the time. Now, I wonder, these tree houses that sit overlooking private property, I wonder if that is first of all, I wonder if that's an infringement or an invasion of the next-door neighbor's privacy. And I certainly am not in favor of going over and destroying private property, and I think that this idiot probably should have looked inside the treehouse before he knocked it down. But I wonder how far you are pushed before you take matters into your own hands there. When he asked this guy to move the treehouse, it was not once, it wasn't twice, it was over a period of 6 months, and the guy never did it. Our number is 1-800-5, and he was arrested after the man came over and assaulted him. 1-800-5201-KFI, Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. It's the Phil Hendry Show on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Here's Alan LeGreen in the KFI traffic.
Noon on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.
I got chlamydia.
You son of a bitch.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Welcome back to the Phil Hendry Show at 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. With me is Jay Santos. He lives in Diamond Bar. He was living next door to an individual at a treehouse on stilts next to his property that he felt was an invasion of his privacy. The kids were going up into the treehouse. They could look down on his backyard while he and his wife would sunbathe. Apparently they're looking back through the windows in the back of the house, Mr. Santos?
Yes, sir. They had full access to look through bedroom windows, and we're doing remodeling so we don't have curtains or curtain rods up, and there was a bathroom in the rear of the house.
All right. The part about all of this that really bothers me, and I know that it bothers you, is you asked him to move it. When he didn't move it, you went back to his property, you went onto his property with a chainsaw, and you cut the treehouse down, not knowing that there was a sleeping child inside of it.
I feel very bad about that. And again, I offer to pay for half of the medical bills. One of the instigations of this problem was that these children going up into the treehouse were very noisy. He had built a wheelchair ramp for his daughter because she is disabled so that she could get up to the treehouse. Apparently she had some problem with her legs, polio or some such thing, I don't know. But the point is that this ramp made quite a bit of noise. And
is this the kid that was sleeping up in the is this the kid that was sleeping in the treehouse?
Yes, and I'm not saying that I'm proud of what...
So you, a kid in a wheelchair wheeled her way up to a treehouse and you cut it down?
I'm not here to be the butt of any joke, and I'm not here...
No, sir, I'm not trying to make it a joke. This girl was crippled, and she's up in a treehouse sleeping, and then you sawed the treehouse down, and now she's in the hospital.
As I said, I'm not here to be the butt of any joke, but because she's crippled doesn't mean that she should get special attention. What I am asking for is privacy.
And what is the legal basis?
The Constitution of the United States, what provides us for privacy.
Okay, I got to get to some calls here. Simi Valley on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
A couple of things. I'm amused. I'm not from Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
There's some historic build that's not interesting.
It's what?
It's build. It's gotten more interesting as he's told it. This treehouse was supposedly 25 feet in the air.
Yes, sir.
How do you build a ramp for a crippled kid to go 25 feet up?
I have no idea. There was some kind of a ramp there for the children, for this disabled daughter to utilize so she could have some access to the treehouse.
I'm sorry, but I've been involved with the Disabilities Act, and there's no way you can build a ramp to go up 25 feet and stay in somebody's half-acre yard.
I don't know if it went all the way up to the top of the treehouse. I know there was a ramp in the backyard that the girl used.
Well, it had to be pretty low down. Second, what prevents you from putting up trees?
I'm not putting up trees or changing my property at all. He's the one that built the treehouse. He's the one that can move it.
Well, you know,
I don't see how it necessitates me spending my money to keep my privacy because he doesn't have the common sense and the common decency to put that treehouse in a part of his yard that doesn't infringe on my privacy.
He owns that property and has every right to put whatever he wants on that.
His children up there.
Oh, yes, he does.
Staring off into my property where there are private things going on. My property is my property as well.
He has perfect legal right to put that treehouse up. Talk to a lawyer. Talk to a judge.
And why does he want his children looking at naked sunbathing adults?
He didn't put it up for his naked neighbors.
When I told him that my wife and I sunbathe in the nude, and it didn't seem to interest him at all, I said, for the sake of the children, why don't you move it?
Well, I mean, all of this is well and good, but it still doesn't give you the right to go over there and saw the guy's treehouse down.
I asked him to move it. He didn't. Don't you think my neighbor acted with a great deal of gall?
No, I think you did.
So he wants his children up there, one of whom is disabled, to look at me and my wife, to stare through windows while we're going to the bathroom and every other thing.
Take no offense at this.
These children
But how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 35 years old.
35?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you look like, but I doubt his kids are going to go up and get excited looking at you.
Well, let me ask you this.
Your wife?
If you're sunbathing naked and you have kids staring at you, is that okay with you?
Hey, that's their problem.
That's okay with you having children look at you. Well, buddy,
I don't care.
I don't know what kind of problems you got, but I'm glad I don't have them.
I don't have any. You're the one with the hang-up.
Well, you're the guy that likes to have kids looking at you while you're naked.
No.
Well, that's
his problem.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
I doubt the kids are up looking. If it concerns you, why can't...
If your kids are looking at me...
You'll pay to move the tree house, but you won't pay for a tree.
No, I didn't say I'd pay to move the tree house.
You did too. You said, you asked, the second time you went over, you said you'd pay to move the tree house.
I said that I would, but he turned me down.
Well, why wouldn't you pay for a stupid tree?
This stupid kid of his in a wheelchair making a lot of noise.
You know what I got a problem with?
Let me tell you what I took.
Doesn't like kids.
I don't mind kids. I don't think they should.
Oh, let's see. We've just referred to his daughter as stupid. You discount the fact you don't give a flip that she was in the tree. You damaged her. You hurt the kid. You're responsible for all the stinking money.
Sir,
I'd take your ass to court and nail you 6 ways to Sunday.
If you nail me 6 ways to sunset, I could countersue you for getting your jollies having kids staring at you with your thing hanging out.
You'd never win that in court in a million years.
You're the guy that said that you didn't mind a kid staring at you while your thing was hanging out in the backyard, and that to me is a greater sickness than anything that I was involved in.
No, that's the dad's responsibility, not yours to decide what his kids do or do not.
Let me tell you the difference between you and me. I'm not a pervert.
All right, I don't think that's what he's saying. He's saying it's the next-door neighbor's problem, okay?
I didn't come onto this program to talk about someone's perversions. I came
No, what you got on to talk about what an ass you are for going into somebody's yard and cutting their tree down.
All right, I'm sorry that the kid was up in the tree.
And then you don't want to take responsibility for the damage you did to a kid.
I'll tell you this much. I'll pay for half, but I'll tell you this much, since that kid's been in the...
Why should the dad pay for half when you're the idiot that cut it down?
Because he's the guy with the stupid kid with the wheelchair making all the noise.
Oh, now the kid's stupid again.
Well, I asked the kid to quit making all the wheelchair racket, and she's going up and down this ramp and every other damn thing.
All right, so you take a kid in a wheelchair, she goes up to her treehouse, you saw it down, now she's in a hospital.
And it's been goddamn quiet ever since, I'll tell you that.
And watch your language.
I beg your pardon?
I said to watch your language, please.
I'm very sorry.
Thank you for your call, sir, in Simi Valley. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County. 5201-KFI. This poor kid's in a wheelchair. She goes up to enjoy her treehouse, and he saws it down while she's asleep in it. What a mess. 1-800-5201-KFI Orange County, 5201-KFI LA County. It's the Phil Hendry Show here on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Terry Ray Elmer's in the KFI News Center.
Hey, babe, where are the kids?
Tammy Bruce, tonight at 11 on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County. Mr. Santos, are you there?
Yes, sir.
The question I have here is, you are basing going over to this man's property. We have a gentleman on the line here, Jay Santos from Diamond Bar, who went to another man's property. Guy had a tree house on his property that he thought was an invasion of his privacy, and he went over and sawed the tree house down. Now, this thing was it wasn't in a tree, right?
No, sir. It was not in a tree. It was a house basically built on 2 wooden supports that sort of rose up into a large tree that he had at his backyard, but I assume that he felt it wasn't safe for his children to be in a tree house, so he built this, and I proved to him that wasn't safe either.
Well, you sawed this thing down with a how old is the girl that was in it?
I don't know. I'm told she was 10 or 11 years old. She was disabled.
So she wheeled herself up a ramp to get into the tree house, and then you chopped it down and sent her to the hospital.
I'm not proud of it, but this could have been avoided had this man taken this tree house down. She liked to spend a lot of time up there spying on me. I'm not a fool. I know that this man had sent his kids up there to spy on us. And
what makes you think he's sending the kids up? All right, hold on for a minute. I got to take a call. You think the kids are up there spying on you?
I know that he sent his daughter up there to spy on us to see what improvements we were making. Like to take a look at my wife sunbathing nude. I don't know whether the kids are taking pictures or what kind of perversions he had them involved in. But
do you have any proof at all of any of this?
I've heard some things.
Do you have any proof of this?
There are some individuals on our block that don't appreciate this man's behavior any more than I do, and we've got our suspicions.
So it's a lot of neighborhood gossip.
That's all I want to say right now.
All right, San Diego on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm calling about this absurd story, and I can't believe that two grown adult men would actually get into such an argument where a young child would be hurt.
Well, I'm very sorry that she was hurt.
And you talk about, well, I'll pay half. You know what? The money doesn't even matter now, because the fact of the matter is that there was a child involved, and you should be embarrassed. Both of you should be embarrassed. Well, why was he sending this little crippled girl up there to spy on Both of you should. It doesn't matter whether she's crippled or not. You should be totally embarrassed that you actually, both of you couldn't even get along.
Well,
for
let me ask you something, ma'am. Why was she up there when I took it out?
She's a kid.
Well, I don't think he should have had his children up there.
Well, like they said, it's his property, and like I said, you know, you should be embarrassed where you got to the point where you got so angry where you went over there and chopped that treehouse down where that poor little girl was in.
Well, I'll tell you something. It could have been avoided had the kid not been bothering me with that noisy.
It could have been avoided, period, if you two would have just worked it out.
Well, I tried to work it out, ma'am. I asked him, will you
Yeah, you worked it out to where you got so upset where you went over there and you chopped the treehouse down.
That's right, and
now there's an innocent child involved who got hurt, who happens to be disabled.
Yeah.
And it's totally embarrassing on both of your parts.
I can tell you this much, I solved the problem.
Yeah, but what about the hurt child?
I'm sorry for that, but it's not my kid. And again, I offered to pay for half.
I mean, the kid is hurt.
That is so ridiculous.
Why
that
is that
so
ridiculous? Why is that ridiculous? I offered to pay half her medical bills.
Half. Here we go. It's not about money.
The man drives.
It's about being a person of dignity and pride, and just sucking it up and just saying, okay, so I made a mistake. Okay, let's work it out.
So he sends his kids up into the treehouse to take pictures of me while I'm on the.
You have no proof. You just said you have no proof.
The man drives a Jaguar, and there's some things in the neighborhood people have said about him. To take pictures of me while
do you believe everything you hear?
Do you send your children up into tree houses to take pictures of people on toilets?
How do you know this? You have no proof.
Some pictures were circulated.
Are you saying there were pictures?
I received one in the mail.
Oh.
What did you receive in the mail?
I received a picture. This is very embarrassing for me and for my family. And
No, what did you receive in the mail, sir?
I received a picture which was an aerial photo of some kind of me doing the business on the can.
Through a window?
Yes, sir. And I believe the daughter was behind it and was the ringleader.
Did you chop that treehouse down knowing she was in it?
No, sir, I did not.
I'm going to ask you again. Did you chop that treehouse down knowing this kid was in it?
Sir, I believe she was the ringleader of a group of children who were taking pictures of me while I was on the toilet, while my wife was sunbathing nude. I did not, and I would not admit to anything like that. That would be illegal.
All right, thank you for your call in San Diego tonight. Here is Santa Barbara on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
My name is Sean, and I'm an attorney, and I'm also citizen judge pro tem.
Yes, sir.
And my view about this is that I'm, first of all, surprised this gentleman has not been criminally prosecuted for acting with reckless abandon and for criminal trespass.
I was arrested for that, yes, sir.
And what was the outcome of that, sir?
It's pending.
I see. So I suspect that he will be convicted on all counts of criminal trespass.
And I was physically assaulted by this man who came next door and physically.
Well, you chopped down a treehouse with his kid inside of it.
Well, let me just say, I mean, two rights don't make a wrong, but sitting as a judge pro tem, I will tell you, first of all, there's no private right to go onto another person's land, and this is what we call vigilante justice. And in engaging in that kind, excuse me, sir, engaging in that kind of action simply is uncalled for and not permitted by the law.
Well, sir,
and you don't, excuse me again, if you don't cut me off.
You're not in a court of law right now, so you can't talk to me like you're a judge.
Well, I'm the host of the show. Let me say that the man in Santa Barbara has the floor here. I'm hosting the show, or I can hang up on you, Mr. Santos. You can have it any way you want it, okay?
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, the truth is that we are a land of laws. We're not a land of individual people taking rights that they think are fit or that they see fit.
Oh, boy.
But I must tell you that my take on this is that this gentleman sounds as if he is quite paranoid and that he and his wife need some type of psychiatric counseling. But quite frankly, what he ought to have been doing is, if he's so concerned about his privacy, is put up curtains. And unless he builds a fence or a hedge.
We are doing construction on the rear of our home. We do not have curtain rods up. It is all in a state of construction. So we go back.
Sir, let me just tell you. I have seen dozens of cases, sir. I have seen dozens of cases.
I do not go to the toilet, sir, with the thought that children are staring at me.
So I've taken dozens of cases involving privacy and thinking from. And I will tell you, sir, that it's true to have a private home, but quite frankly, in this particular instance, you don't have a right to privately enforce that privacy by going onto another person's land. And I will tell you that if you think that in a court of law that you would only pay 1/2 of the expenses of his daughter, you are simply wrong.
Well, sir, I will say this. Number one, he says his daughter was hurt. The kid was crippled in the first place. So how can he say that, oh, she's been so terribly hurt? She was half broken anyway, sitting in a wheelchair. She already had bum legs. So
wait a second, man. The kid was up in a treehouse.
Excuse me, Mr. Henry, but I think I have the floor here. And I'm also talking to a man who's on a digital car phone, aren't you?
Why is that an issue, sir?
Because it bothers me.
It sounds as if there's an awful lot of things. Sounds as if there's an awful lot of things that bother you, sir.
You're an attorney and you're a judge pro tem, and you feel you can laugh at me.
Well, what's the problem with that?
I don't like the fact that he's on a digital phone, and I would ask him respectfully to switch to an analog phone now.
Why?
I would ask again that he switch to an analog phone. I don't like them.
And I'm going to ask you again, why?
I have reason to believe that the conversations we're having could be monitored.
Well, sir, why would it matter if it's monitored? There's several 100,000 people listening.
I beg your pardon?
Why would it matter if it's monitored? There's several 100,000 people listening. It sounds to me, sir, that the kind of paranoia that you ascribe to my digital phone simply has been translated into your paranoia about privacy. I must tell you, sir, if you were sitting before my court, I would recommend that you go through an extensive psychiatric screening.
Yeah, and I got another question.
It seems to me that you require it.
I got another question. If the wheelchair that you say this little girl was in made so much noise, how could you not know that she was up there?
I don't have any further comment to make on that.
So you did know the kid was up there?
I don't have any comment to make on it. I will again say respectfully to the gentleman in Santa Barbara, please call me back on an analog phone. A digital phone is very easily utilized and manipulated in terms of signal so that things can be overheard and recorded. There are
I suspect that this gentleman is also concerned about
government agencies that have reviewed my case, and I do not doubt for a second that the CIA and affiliated organizations in connection with this government would have some things to say about this.
Well, I think that this gentleman fears that little green men are spying on him from satellites. And I rest firmly my case that he requires the kind of psychiatric counseling that we spoke of, that the kind of paranoia that he displays on the air is really quite prevalent.
I will not bow down to a little crippled kid. I bow to no one.
You won't bow down to a little crippled kid. So what you did is you cut down a treehouse, and now she's in the hospital.
Yeah, the only one who's handicapped here is her, sir, not me.
It sounds to me as if this gentleman has acted with complete reckless disregard, and really
would you throw the book at him?
Most of his time is either in therapy or jail.
Would you throw the book at him?
I certainly would.
I will say this, Mr. Judge Pro Tem. She's the one who'll get the handicap parking when she's old enough to drive. She's the one who'll get all the benefits. She's the one who'll be the beneficiary of the Disabilities Act. She's the one who gets the sympathy. What about me?
Well, sir, I tell you what you get, sir. What you simply get is you get to go to jail because you don't get to decide what her rights are. You get to decide what your rights are. That is for a court of law. And that you acted on your own. And in reckless disregard of private property rights and in reckless disregard of anyone's rights whatsoever in that tree and that child's safety.
I don't want
to. Sir, it seems to me that where you ought to spend your time is in jail. And quite frankly, if you have a God, you ought to spend it in very, very serious reflection as to why it is you feel as if you need to act on your own in causing harm to others.
Why do I have to go to jail?
Sir, you're harming
Are you crying now?
Why do I have to go to jail? I don't want to go.
What is he doing? Is he going nuts here?
I don't want to go to jail.
Well, sir, I think as your parents probably said to you when you were very young, you should have thought about that before you crossed the line.
I don't want to go.
Okay, we've got a nut situation on our hands here. This guy must be suffering from lead poisoning.
Well, I think I must tell you, he must have been drinking what that woman had when she went to the Citadel.
I think there's some mercury poisoning. Thank you very much for your call.
You're welcome.
1-800-5201.
I don't want to go.
I'm not going to send you to jail. I'm doing a talk show here. When am I going to send you to jail? 1-800-5201-KFI, Orange County, 5201-KFI. You ready for that guy? You talking to him, Jonah? See if he's still crying. It's Phil Hendry's show here on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Alan LeGreen now. Tomorrow morning before 9.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio.
Oh, that's hot.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. 1-800-5201. Oh, hi, Tim. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. All right, we're talking here with Jay Santos. Mr. Santos has a neighbor. Excuse me, I shouldn't be laughing, but Mr. Santos, you there? Okay, we had to take care of him because he was going through a problem. Do you think you're going to go to jail, sir?
I'm told that I will not have to go to jail, but I don't want to go to jail. I'm sorry what happened to the little girl. I didn't know that she was still inside the treehouse when they took it out.
No, I'm not aware of this. What happened?
When they removed the treehouse, they removed her with a bobcat, a front loader, and she apparently was still in it, and they deposited it in the back of a dump truck.
I didn't know about this.
She went flailing around in there because she can't move. And
now let me get this right. There's a little girl next door who's using a wheelchair ramp that's making too much noise. She goes up into a treehouse. She's in a wheelchair. You go over there and saw the treehouse. It comes crashing down. She's inside the crashed treehouse. They take it out of there with a front loader and dump it into a dump truck with her still in it?
That's correct.
What, are you trying to kill her?
No, sir, I didn't even know.
Sounds to me like you're trying to kill her. She's already crippled. She goes up into the treehouse, you chop it down, then they use a front loader and dump it into it. Don't tell me what they did. Did they get her out?
They got her out eventually, yeah, but they took it to a refuge site.
So not only does the kid endure a treehouse collapsing on her and getting front-loaded into the back of a dump truck, then the dump truck takes her to a dump site and dumps her out?
I was only trying to deactivate her. I wasn't trying to hurt her.
God, man, you have got a lawsuit?
Oh, I know. I'm in trouble.
You have got a lawsuit, man. Ontario on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Yeah, I want to talk to this guy, Jay. It seems to me like he has a lot of rage inside of him.
I've got a lot of anger, you bet.
You said you worked it out. You never worked nothing out with the guy. You know, people in Southern California, houses are right on top of each other. You know, you're cutting your own yard, and then
Are you on a digital car phone?
Huh?
Are you on a digital car phone?
That's got nothing to do with this.
I asked the other man, and I'm asking you, why are you on a digital car phone?
I'm on a cellular phone, sir.
I understand that, sir. Is it analog or digital?
It's push button.
That does not answer my question.
Never mind about analog or digital, okay? Go ahead and make your point.
Okay, and another thing is, why, we're talking about somebody, what kind of noise was the crippled girl that was in the wheelchair, what kind of noise was she making in the playhouse?
She, going up and down the wheelchair ramp, made an awful lot of noise in the playhouse. She's going up and down, and she's singing all these songs from a play that I did not particularly like. It was, I don't know if you've seen...
I thought you said she didn't have a ramp. It didn't have a ramp.
No, it had a ramp, sir. It was a wheelchair ramp.
Well, you know what? Your problem
is... she was singing songs from a play that I do not particularly like, and it may be petty, but I did not like Annie.
The best way to
settle... I didn't want to hear her sing, Sun Comes Out Tomorrow.
The best way to settle this whole thing is you ought to pay for all the medical expense.
I will not do that.
Wait a minute. I agree with this man.
That's what I just said. Then you don't have no sympathy for anybody.
Sir, I said I would pay for half if this crippled kid is driving me nuts, but the sun will come out tomorrow from Annie. So I sawed the treehouse down. I'm sorry about that.
It not only was sawed down, but she got thrown into a dump truck.
Did you say you don't have no sympathy for nobody?
I said you don't have no sympathy for nobody, or else you'd pay for this. Hey, nobody hurt you.
I'm the idiot.
Nobody hurt you.
Sir, that kid was singing The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow from Annie.
Yeah, nobody hurt you.
Did you hear what I just said to you?
The sun will come up tomorrow?
That's right. That song's from Annie.
What does that got to do with this?
Oh, God, I hate it all. I hate it all.
What's that got to do with this?
I hated that crippled little kid singing that song.
That's what she sung. Listen, let me tell you, you ought to pay for all... Have you talked to her parents?
I did talk. Yeah, I kicked him directly in the groin. The guy said, I talked to her parents. He came over to assault.
Let me tell you, you're big time immature. You didn't work nothing out.
You need a mental hospital.
You didn't work nothing out, buddy.
I tried to work it out with him. And
this is another thing in Southern California that got out of control.
You got
it. Road rage, everything else.
I'll tell you this much, sir. I tried to work it out, but every day I heard the little wheelchair going up the ramp. The sun comes out tomorrow, everybody. Oh,
you know what you need therapy. You need therapy.
You need a doctor, a psychiatrist,
you need
absolutely.
Therapy.
All right, I'll get some therapy, but I swear to God, when that kid comes out of the hospital and she sings...
Let me tell you what, you ain't going to have nothing when that kid gets out of the hospital.
I ain't going to have nothing.
She's going to have she's going to have the last laugh on you.
I'm going to drop kick her to the sun.
She's going to have the last laugh on you, buddy.
KFI Los Angeles, more stimulating talk radio.
I'll get her.
She's going to have the last laugh on you.
Maximum talk, minimum wage. KFI Los Angeles, more stimulating talk radio.
I was walking into work, and one of the news people handed this to me. They said, you got to see this. You know what? I don't want to say it. What we really want to do with this next little bit of information is have a forum of callers who are primarily teenagers who may be able to relate to this or answer some of the questions we have. It's a story of a 17-year-old kid who claims he was seduced by a school nurse on at least 4 occasions. And he has served notice through his lawyer that he eventually plans to sue the L.A. school district. The Alexander Hamilton High student alleges that he was the victim of sexual assault and battery, attorney Jeffrey Steinberger said. Now, allegedly, the lawyer said that they had sex at least 3 to 4 times in the nurse's office. They had, quote, intercourse in the office. Excuse me for the indelicacy of what we're describing here, but you have to get the whole story. The student is diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. Now, he claimed that the woman sent the boy a love letter. He said he called the nurse directly and asked her whether or not she had a sexual affair with his client, but was told he would have to talk to her principal. The principal said today if the allegations are true, he would be stunned. Several Hamilton High students told a television station that they don't believe the woman and the boy had sex. The nurse seemed to the nurse seemed like a cool lady. I don't think she did that. He's lying, at least according to one of the friends. So this is kind of interesting. But of course the question is, if you are 17, you're over the age of consent. Am I right or am I wrong about that? Now you know, obviously, when you're young, you ought to watch what you're doing. But there are people getting married when they're 14, 15, 16 years old. And there is a thing called the age of consent. Now, is this kid technically doing something wrong? I mean, if he had feelings for her, if she had feelings for him, are we talking about something that's technically wrong? Now, that is going to be the focus of our teen forum this evening, our teen panel. And we are bringing on R.C. Collins. He is a Chatsworth High School sophomore to talk a little bit about this. R.C., you're 16 years of age. Did you see the story?
I saw it, Phil, yeah.
Do you have any comments?
Well, I'll tell you, when I first read about it, I was pretty stunned about it, too, because most of the people that work at any high school in Los Angeles, and I don't mean to be cruel, but, you know, the last thing you want to do is have sex with them, although there are exceptions. And I would say...
Well, all right, so you're saying that traditionally teachers and principals...
Yeah, they're, you know, they're ugly, but there is the occasional exception. We had a Spanish teacher last year. Man, you know, we got a term that we use, you know, like a tent wolf or a mud turtle. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what a tent wolf or a mud turtle is.
Well, they're like ugly.
Oh, okay, so you had a Spanish teacher that was ugly?
No. We had a Spanish teacher last year. Her name was Mrs. Lopez. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Extra pretty. But most of the time, and I'm stunned, because I think that you've got to be careful about what you're going to do.
Well, all right. Let me ask you this question.
I mean, have you ever seen a mud turtle?
Have I? No, I haven't.
Well, there you go. I mean, it's scary. But, I mean, the bigger question for me, Phil...
No, let me just jump in here if I could.
Go right ahead.
All right. I mean, you're talking here about a kid having an affair with a teacher, and you admitted Mrs. Lopez, your Spanish teacher, was fine looking.
Oh, man. But, you know, I know that I was a kid and I'm not supposed to do nothing with her, but she'd come in and I'd be going, damn. I'd feel like one of those, you know, one of them old-time colored guys in the movies just stamping their foot, needing to find a latrine break and all that.
Okay, just back off of that.
Well, you know, you're just stamping your foot going, But I will say this, and I'm being serious, that...
What?
Well, it's tough.
Go ahead.
It's a little heartbreaking when you're young.
Were you involved with a teacher?
I wasn't involved with a teacher, but I was involved with a member of the staff at the school.
Now, how old are you now, R.C.? You're 16?
I was 15. But I want to say this.
So this was last year?
Yeah, it was this year. It was earlier this year. I just turned 16.
Earlier this year?
Yeah. And I got to tell you something. I was in love, and I think that's the thing that you're missing out on. Even when you're 15, even when you're 16, you can be in love. And that's a lot of the stuff that adults don't do.
All right, hang in there, pal.
I'm sorry, but it's just a lot of the things that adults don't think about.
The fact that you were in love. Did you love this lady? How old was she?
She was in her late 30s. She was 38 years old.
And she was a member of the staff.
Yeah, and I loved her. I loved her so very much. People don't understand that even a young man like me, I'm 16, you know me, Phil, I've got a congenital kidney disorder. My life isn't going to be...
I understand this is tough for you.
My life won't be lasting very long. I fell in love with an older woman.
It happened to you then?
Yes, it did.
All right, so you can relate to this, because this was the question that I had an instinct about this, that it may not be right for an adult woman to have sex with a guy under 18, or whatever the case may be. An adult man should not have sex with a girl under 18.
Well, I think that what people rule out is the love thing. I loved her.
Well, what about a man having sex with a girl who's 16?
The same thing can happen. Why can't girls fall in love? Boys fall in love. It's love. L-O-V-E, love. Talking about love. And if it can happen to me, if it can happen to an adult, it can happen to anybody. Look, Phil, I had the most amazing emotional affair of my life. I wrote some love letters to her. I felt alive. And I'm trying to let people know this.
Okay, we're talking to R.C. Collins. He's a a sophomore at Chatsworth High School, and we're commenting on a 17-year-old kid who allegedly had a series of sexual encounters with a school nurse. Now the kid is claiming that he was seduced. I don't know what the nurse is saying about this, but
I think that seduction thing is very cowardly. I think a man needs to say that he loves a woman.
Do you think this kid loves this woman?
I think it's very possible, yeah. And I think he's being talked into a lot of seduction talk, and he was taken advantage of talk by a very unscrupulous, here we go again, Phil, a lawyer out to make a few dollars.
Well, I think it is. It's wrong. You've got a teacher having sex with a student. That is wrong.
She was a school nurse, number one, not a teacher.
Well, who were you having this affair with?
The lady was a member of the staff.
Who was it?
I'm not going to give a name.
Well, who? Can you tell me what she did?
She worked in the food services.
She worked what, in cafeteria?
Yeah, in food services.
And you had some kind of a thing going on with her?
Right. And I think the thing that people overlook, you can be in love. What I'm asking tonight, Phil, on our teen forum, are other teens calling in and talking about the crushes that they had on a teacher, talking about the crushes that they had on maybe a PE teacher or somebody who worked in the office staff per se. Maybe some teens out there got down with a teacher or whatever. We want to talk about it tonight on the R.C. Collins Teen Forum. Did you have the music?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the music.
Well, you got to play it.
All right. Hold on for a minute. Oh, here it is.
Jesus, Phil.
All right, I'm getting your music, okay? Here it is. Here's your music.
R.C. Collins Teen Forum. We're talking tonight about whether you ought to be allowed to fall in love with their teacher. I'll read the letter that I wrote to my person that I love.
Yeah, the person that you love.
And by the way, the song blows.
All right. Coming up next, right?
Coming up next.
All right, 1-800-5201-KFI, Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. I don't know if there are any students, high school students out there listening who can relate either positively or negatively to the plight of a student at Alexander Hamilton High School who claims to have been seduced by a school nurse. And they had a series of sexual encounters that went on for I don't know how long. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 520.
Yeah, if there's anybody out there with a pair in their pants, they'll admit to it, because I'm talking about mine.
Well, just shut up, okay? We're talking about whether you've had this experience. In my opinion, it's wrong. In my opinion, it's disgusting.
But I'm talking about love.
I know you're talking about love, but we're talking about what's appropriate here.
Oh, love's not appropriate? There's a time and place for love? I don't think so, Phil. I think it crosses all boundaries.
All right. R.C. Collins with me. Phil Hendry Show on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. And now let's go to Alan 640, more stimulating talk radio. Phil Hendry Show. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. And we got R.C. Collins on the line with us from Chatsworth High School. This is a story that is fairly relevant because there is a 17-year-old kid who claims he was seduced by a school nurse at Alexander Hamilton High School. He alleges that he was seduced. He alleges he was the victim of sexual assault and battery. And let's see now. Let's just see how many times he was sexually assaulted. They had sex at least 3 to 4 times in the nurse's office, according to the lawyer. They had intercourse in the office. The student is diagnosed with attention deficit disorder. He claimed the woman sent the boy love letters. We're talking with R.C. Collins, who's a student at Chatsworth High. Is it possible for a young person like you to fall in love with someone? Maybe, but it's an older person and they're taking advantage of you.
I don't think that you can say one of the most celebrated love stories in the history of the world is Romeo and Juliet, and they were young people. So how can you say the young people can't fall in love?
Maybe.
You're saying maybe or yes?
Maybe you can fall in love. I just don't know whether or not it's possible for it to be a mature love.
Yeah, that's the kind of short selling of young people that causes problems. And you want to know why young people get upset? If we can't fall in love, if you can't even give us that dignity, well, you got to go and hire a lawyer every time one of us gets hot for somebody.
Read one of these love letters, okay? You got a love letter that you wrote to this lady?
This is the woman that I was involved with, yeah.
She worked in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Read me one of these letters.
I don't want to to read the letter? You just laugh at it.
Read me one of the letters. We're not going to laugh at it, okay?
I don't want to read the letter if you're going to laugh, though.
I promise we won't laugh.
Because this is something that I wrote to her, and it was the way that I communicated with her.
This is a letter that you wrote?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, I wrote this back in September. Baby.
Started out with baby.
You gonna let me read the letter?
Go ahead.
Baby. This afternoon at the cafeteria, you had it going on. The whole package. I want to take you out of Chatsworth. Someplace where we can both be free to express as our passions without fear of the uptight principle and society, too. You looked good, baby. Maybe too good. I wanted to kiss you so bad, but Mr. Ackerman, as you know, was standing there. When can I see you? My heart races at your nearness. With love and that sweet thing, too, R.C. Collins.
With love and that sweet thing, too.
Yeah.
All right.
You think that's funny?
No, that's a fine letter. And you sent that letter off to who?
This was a lady that I was involved.
Yeah, she was the cafeteria worker, right? Look, I'm saying that at your age, you don't know love. That's what I want to talk about, okay? You're 17 years old. You're 16 years old. You don't know crap about love.
Oh, so now I'm a kid. I don't know anything about love. I can't love. I can't fall in love?
No, I don't think that you can. I don't think you can have a mature love going on.
That's really, you're going to lose that argument, Mr. Hendry.
Well, then if that's true, then this kid ought to be allowed to have his affair with the teacher. Huh? I mean, that's what I want to talk about. Not your crap about people having experiences with teachers. Talking about mature love. Can you have mature love when you're 16 or you're 17 years old?
Jesus, I got to talk to you about that?
Yes.
I'll tell you right now, I know love. I may only be 16, but the kind of love that I got in my heart, I could take care of a woman. I could father her children. I could have that kind of responsibility, but nobody wants to give it to me because of a few kids that don't know how to use it. I know love. I've been there. I felt it for a woman. I felt it for a lot of women.
Well, all right, if that's the truth, okay, then why don't you just run right out and marry your cafeteria worker?
Because they won't let me. I've had my passport stamped by the country of love, and I'll tell you...
Oh, you've had your passport stamped by the country of love, man. You know something? You're just not old enough. And this kid here, 17, he knows he's not old enough.
He got himself a lawyer who's going to make him a bunch of money. If he had any guts, he'd stand by his woman.
All right, well, look, I don't know if kids 16 or 17 years of age, if they want to fall in love, why don't they fall in love with people their own age?
What difference would it make? What, is love all of a sudden supposed to have some kind of an age requirement, an age restriction? You know what I'm talking about. Who cares who you fall in love with? All of a sudden you turn 18 and you can fall in love with somebody older, but if you're 17 you can't? You assholes don't make any sense.
What assholes?
You adults. You're the biggest, most hypocritical bunch of assholes I've ever talked to in my life.
Wait a minute. You're talking about your elders, all right?
My mom gives me crap. You give me crap. All adults are hypocritical, lying sacks of crap, and you're all assholes. Because you say you can fall in love, but then you put time restrictions on it.
Look, the point that I'm making here is you need some maturity, okay? You'll agree with me when you grow up.
Oh, there's another good one that all the adults say. You'll agree with me when you grow up. You adults are a bunch of lying assholes because you don't want to walk the walk. You talk the talk about you're not old enough, but everybody can fall in love. You want us to value love, but you put time restrictions on it. What are you talking about?
All right, I'm talking about... Look, another one that we say is we know better, and we do. That's what I'm talking about, because we've lived.
Well, why don't you try to make some freaking sense to me then, okay? If you know better, and you do, then try to make some sense to me and other kids. But every time you open your mouths up and you say you know better, you don't know squat, you dumb asshole.
Gee, thanks a lot, man. I give up. Forget it. Maybe some of you guys can talk some sense into this clown, all right?
Yeah, I'd love to see one of your asshole adults call up and try to talk some sense into me. You guys are too busy telling us how to run our lives. You can't even do it yourselves.
Look, it's just the fact that an older person having sex with a younger person at school, on the school's time, 40 years old, 17 years old, I don't even know if it took place.
Well, there you go. And why are you running your big mouth about it?
But if it did, I'm saying that it's a wrong thing, okay? I'm just saying it's not right. You ought to learn a little bit more.
It was the best relations that I ever had. The best relationship what I ever had.
With a woman who is older than you.
That's right.
Okay, like I said, I give up. I don't know, maybe somebody else can talk some freaking sense into this punk. What a punk.
What an asshole.
You're a punk. Think you know everything, huh?
Well, you do. You talk about how you know everything, like every other adult I ever met.
1-800-5201-KFI.
Yeah, give out the phone number so some dipwad can call in and set me straight.
Okay, I will. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County.
You're a dummy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-800-5201-KFI Orange County, 5201-KFI LA County. Phil Hendry Show here on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. And now here's Vicki Moore in the KFI News Center.
Tens of thousands.
Phil Hendry Show.
You want to talk a little bit?
Hold on for a minute, RC, okay?
What?
Hold on for a minute, all right? I got to talk to the audience here. Because this is the Phil Hendry Show. Our number is 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County and 5201-KFI in LA County. I got to tell you something. I am hurt. I'm hurt. Now, if you've listened to my show for any length of time, you know that...
What, are you going to start talking serious?
Will you shut up? Any of you who've been listening for any length of time to my show, you know that occasionally I have to have this heart-to-heart talk with the people who we call the callers. Not the listeners, our callers. Now, we... here in LA, like once a month, we have to kind of sit down and have a heart-to-heart with you. Tonight, I am completely in shock. I'm completely in shock. Because our show, starting at 7 o'clock, all the way on up to now, has had grade A material. Grade A, baby. We've had some laughs going on. We've had it going on. And the calls to the show tonight have sucked, I think, worse than any that I've ever heard since we went on the air last October. Just absolutely horrific. Now, there are some bad talk shows in this town that get bad calls. You know that, I know that. There are some absolute suck-ass talk shows in L.A. that get by with bad phone calls because they don't take the time to review the caller to make sure that the guy is worthy or the woman is worthy to get on the air. But you know, if you know anything about me, you know that when you get on the air with me, you're on stage with me, and you better have your act together, booby. You better have it going on. You better have some grade A stuff. You had better have either a thought-provoking idea, maybe a little bit of humor, but do me a favor, don't try to be funny. Leave that to me. But you got to have some kind of a concept and idea. And your phone calls to this show tonight have blown so hard that we are thinking about, we're just thinking about, you know, like, what are we thinking about doing here? I mean, what I would like to...
Why don't you talk to me?
Hold on for a minute, all right? I got to talk to these people.
Well, you can talk to me about the kid.
No, just hold on, all right? Because we asked the people, you know, and I think it's one of those topics that... I think it's one of those topics that KFI made its name on. It's one of those great old topic mill kind of topics. Can you fall in love when you're 17 or 18? And what we have been getting have been absolutely putrid, rotten, rank, foul, bad phone calls. Sucked from beginning to end. Now, the talk show caller is a unique breed. Most of you get on the air on any talk show you call because they just don't screen the calls. And we are very stringent screeners here. We are extremely stringent screeners on this show. The reason is because we won't put any dreck on the air. Because we believe in entertaining the listeners out there who are listening to the show. And if we're going to entertain the listeners out there who are listening to the show, we got to make sure that everything we put on the air is grade A. And that starts with the callers. They had better be good. Now, my material, it sinks or it swims on any given night, depending upon me. Tonight, it's been fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic, starting with the priest nailing himself to a cross. The callers, though, and I say this with all due respect, and I don't know, maybe David's going to lay into me for being mean or something, but the callers tonight just have been bad. I mean, just rotten to the core.
You know, you need a friend, Phil. I can be your friend.
I appreciate that, RC. I'm talking to the people here.
But I I mean, I could be...
I got 6 phone lines here. I got a city of some 15 million people, and the phone lines are all full of dung. Fetid, corrosive, fragrant dung. There isn't a man or woman out there with an idea tonight. Not a one. Not a man or a woman in Los Angeles who can step up to the plate tonight and give me an idea. Give me some material. There isn't a man out there. There isn't a woman out there. And I'm, personally, I'm disappointed. Saved my life. Now, we got 20 minutes to go. RC's on the line here, talking about when he fell in love. I don't want children calling. I don't want grandma and grandpa checking in necessarily. I want real, live, viable human beings with some original thinking going on. I want women and I want men, and I want them in equal portions, or we will shut the transmitter off, we will close KFI down, and I will take my amazing talent, which is stunning, that's how talented I am, and I will just go home and I'll make love to my wife. Which is, frankly, a terrific idea. With about 20 minutes to go in the show, I could be in my truck. I could be home by about 11:30, and Marie and I could be in front of that fire with that 95 Turning Leaf Cabernet Sauvignon and making some stuff happen. I could even get home in time for Letterman. But I will not sit here with the rotten phone calls that we've been fielding on this show tonight. Your material out there, folks, tonight blows. Now,
boy, you're really...
don't tell me I'm being mean.
Well, you're really laying into them.
Well, if they're going to be calling a talk show, they better give me something.
The Wizards love their new home. Hi, this is Steve Pratt. Here's what's happening. Washington improved to 7-0 at the new MCI.
You know what I'm saying? Now, our phone number is 1-800-5201-KFI. That's for Orange County. Or 5201-KFI for LA County. And the board is just, it's dead tonight. I got one call because everybody's scared. Now, what I've done is I've intimidated everybody. Now they're frightened to death. Because if you think you're going to sneak it on the air here with a lot of BS, if you think you're going to sneak on the air here with your unfunny quips and your lame-ass retorts, and you're not going to do it, baby. It ain't going to make it on the air. There's only one guy who's allowed to bomb on this show. That's me. I get to bomb all over the place. Because if I do, guess what happens? We get bounced out the door. Unfortunately, for a lot of folks out there who wish I was bombing, I'm not. I'm actually winning. We're doing some great stuff here tonight. So either come with some good stuff or bug off tonight. But don't be calling us up and wasting our time with your lame-ass stuff. You're not going to get on the air. You ain't going to get on the air. You're not funny. It's not interesting. You're not amusing. Your friends may think you're funny, but you're not. You want to know what funny is? I am. Now,
well, you're all hung on yourself, aren't you?
I'm just saying to people...
Ooh, I'm funny. Why don't you call me up? I'm funny.
I'm saying to people where it's at, yeah.
Well, you were talking about falling in love, and I wanted to talk about it.
I did too, RC, but I wanted some phone calls, okay? I didn't want 9-year-olds calling up who wanted to hear their voices on the air.
Well, I wanted to talk about...
Yeah, but I ain't got anybody calling. I got a bunch of dorks calling. I got a bunch of freaking dorks. We've been humping it here, baby, since 7 o'clock tonight, man. I've been blowing my voice out. I've been sweating. I've been churning. I've been humping. I've been jumping. I've been dancing. I've been doing everything I can because I'm a pro. And what am I getting on the phone lines tonight? The talk show callers of Los Angeles. And this is the highest rated talk show in its time slot in the city. So don't tell me there ain't anybody listening. I'm getting a whole lot of bad freaking material.
I'll give it to you for dancing.
Maybe everybody's on vacation.
The whole city?
Well, it's Christmas time, and they might have been gone over to their grandparents' house.
No. It's not everybody's on vacation, okay? They're just trying to, they're trying to come with all of their junk. It's just junk. LA, you're on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm coming into this town, and I've been listening to talk show hosts when I'm from Chicago.
Oh, I'm from Chicago. Listen to this. I'm from Chicago. That's no credential, pal, being from Chicago. Just forget about being from Chicago, okay?
I can't believe that they got lousy.
Listen to this. Listen to your mouth. You suck. Get out of here. I'm from Chicago. Let me tell you something. Welcome to L.A., sir. This is the best freaking talk show you're ever going to hear. Bye. Okay, there you go. There's Chicago checking in. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County. This show here...
I know, is the best show that they ever heard.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
That guy is still there. Chicago, you still running your mouth about Chicago?
Is the best show. Hello?
Yeah, what is it with you with the radio turned up? If you listen to talk shows so much, turn your radio down.
Who am I talking to?
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh?
Right.
You couldn't carry Rush Limbaugh's... Rush Limbaugh
Scrotum?
is a god compared to what you're doing.
He's a gawk?
That's right.
You love that stuff, huh, sir? Hey, what is it with you in that radio? Will you turn it down?
Yeah, I got it down now. I just get...
Throw it out the window, will you?
That was me on the radio.
What are you yelling about?
I'm not yelling about anything.
Yeah, he's full of crap, too. See what I'm talking about? And that guy thinks he's funny. He blows. That is an extreme example of how bad the calls have been tonight. Let's go to Los Angeles here on KFI AM 640. Hello?
I know why, Phil.
Why?
Because you're a radio god, and next to you, we're just a bunch of peons.
No, it's not true at all. I've had great callers down for the year that I've been here. Fantastic calls.
Well,
funny people. People that can create. People that have got... People, no, we've had fantastic callers on a Friday night on the radio. We've had creative people.
Good tonight.
We've had creative people calling the show.
The crucifixion was classic.
All right, so we got people calling up and running with that material. But can they do that? I lay it in your lap every night here. I give you gold, and what do I get back?
You get done.
You know something? You're really going overboard now, though. I mean, I'm
just telling the audience how I feel about it.
Yeah, but this guy's trying to be nice to you, and you're beating on him.
I'm not. Am I beating on you, sir?
Yes.
See?
All right, I'm sorry. I don't, however, think that it's because I'm so freaking good everybody else stinks. What I'm saying is, if we give the material out there, you guys ought to run with some of the stuff. But nobody's running with me tonight.
Oh, you must be just such a thoroughbred running with you. Why don't you go in the stable and pinch one?
RC will run with you. He's got the run.
I'm running with you, man. I'm right here.
Yeah, I know, but I need more than you, RC. But I appreciate it, sir. I didn't mean to feel that you were denigrating me somehow, okay?
No, it's just your fault because you're a radio god.
You're right.
The guy's complimenting you, and you can't even be nice with him.
Thank you, sir. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County. We could break for traffic, but I dare not do that because Ellen might not be there. I'm just kidding. Let's take one more call. Hollywood on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm a little insulted.
Is Alan Green there?
Alan LaGreen.
Alan LaGreen.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, I'm not Alan LaGreen.
Okay, what's up?
Well, I'm a little insulted by what you were saying before, and I think RC is, I think he's kind of being a bit of a baby. But I think if he thinks about what's the difference between being in a school where you shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, and then love, which is a whole different issue.
What's different about falling in love if you're 17? Are you telling me you can't fall in love when you're 17? Forget it.
Where'd you go?
Screw it.
In Yorba Linda?
Well, I wanted to say that it is my opinion that while you might be very right about the fact that people are complaining more than ever, I suppose, about the lack of separation of church and state, I've raised my children to respect, number one, the law of the land, number two, to respect other individuals, and certainly to respect them religiously, but I've also raised my children to recognize that they're members of a community and a society, and that community and society contains all kinds of different people. And to that end, I do not think that religious displays of any kind should be allowed on public property. I have no problem with it on private property, but on public property...
Now, this is in the town square in Yorba Linda?
That is correct. There is a small town square in the center of town, and it's right across the street from... there's a number of small stores in Yorba Linda, where the town square is sort of in the middle of a business area there, and the city council there has erected I suppose you could call it traditional symbols of Christmas. There's a snowman. There is I guess you call a facsimile of Rudolph, the reindeer, Santa Claus reindeer. There's what I'm told by people in the city council, Jack Frost, or the character like that. There's mistletoe. There's a tree and presents. All of these, in my opinion, representing a violation of the church and state separation. And I have written letters not only to Mayor Richard Riordan. I wrote a letter to City Councilman Joel Wax about these religious displays. And it is my opinion that Yorba Linda should be, even though it's a small town, should be at the fore, I think, in these matters.
Are you religious yourself?
No, sir, I'm an atheist.
All right, so you are an atheist. It seems to me that these arguments are always come from atheists. I mean, they certainly never come from people of religion, do they?
Well, I don't suppose that people who are religious have much stake in an argument like this. If they were more open-minded about it, I think they'd recognize that while they're entitled to their religious beliefs, and I don't dispute that at all, I don't think they're entitled to have it being shoved down the throats of people such as myself.
How long have you been a resident of Yorba Linda?
I've been here 2.5 years. I moved here from the southeast.
Now, in the town square there in Yorba Linda, you say it is bordered by businesses?
There are a number of businesses here in Yorba Linda. There is, I think it's across the street, there's a hair salon, there's a barber shop, there's a hardware store, just normal places where people do business, and certainly places where all ages of people are going to be seen, and they have an unfettered view of the town square. And right there are these religious symbols. That's the problem that I've got mostly with this, is that it's in the town square right in the middle of town where people are going to be able to see these things.
All right, now these symbols are there's a snowman, there's a
snowman, there's a sleigh, Rudolph the reindeer, character of Rudolph the reindeer, Jack Frost, some presents, and some mistletoe too. And as religious symbols, I think they are indicative of this constant argument that people have with city officials. And I don't know why we have to keep having this argument. I think it's been made clear, and you said yourself, every year there's somebody who is complaining about this. It's because these people don't get the message. We don't want religious symbols. We don't want religious icons. We don't want any kind of religious display whatsoever on public property. And I told Councilman Joel Wax in a letter that I wrote to him that when we drive into town and we park and we're going to do business, my daughter is asking me about Frosty the Snowman and who he is and what he is, and I have to explain this to her. It offends my religious sensibilities, or it offends my sensibilities that I have to explain these religious icons to her. I find it to be offensive, and I would like to do something about this as much as I can.
Now, you have written letters to who?
I wrote to Mayor Richard Riordan and also to City Councilman Joel Wax. I also have written a letter to Sheriff Sherman Block concerning this, because I think that it could be a law enforcement issue as well. I'm very, very upset with this. And so my wife and I have started a letter-writing campaign. Yvonne Braithwaite Burke, we also wrote letters to, because Yorba Linda is not a big town, but it's a proud town, and I want at least people in my community to know how I feel about this.
Stephen Bozell, he's a citizen of Yorba Linda. And in what he calls in the town square there, they have various religious symbols that they've set up for Christmas that he says offend him. He says he'd like them taken down. He is an avowed atheist, and I suppose that it shouldn't have anything to do with it, really, but like I said, it always seems like the atheists are the ones that are making these arguments.
Well, I think it's the atheists are the ones who constantly are not being taken into consideration by these public rulings concerning religion, and I just want all of this down.
Now, in the town square, there is a Frosty the Snowman, a Jack Frost, a sleigh, Rudolph the reindeer, mistletoe, and presents, right?
That's right. And I want, again, to tell people I have no problem with their personal religion, and I have no problem with how they worship. Just please do not put it on my public property, that's all.
All right, we'll get back to talk to Mr. Bozell and any residents of Yorba Linda who want to weigh in on this, and anybody else who'd like to weigh in on this debate. Here we go again. It's another year, it's another Christmas, and it's somebody else who doesn't like religious symbolism on public property. And now with a look at traffic, here is Alan Legreen and the more stimulating talk radio, Phil Hendry Show, 1-800-5201 KFI for Orange County, 5201 KFI for LA County. With me is a Stephen Bozell. He is from Yorba Linda. He is a self-professed atheist. Your family, how many people in your family, Mr. Bozell?
We got 2 daughters and my wife.
That's 4 people?
Yes, sir.
And I imagine you have steeped your children in the tenets of atheism?
We don't teach our children that there is a God, and of course they're free to make up their own mind when they're old enough.
And Mr. Bozell finds fault with a Yorba Linda display in the town square of a snowman and Frosty the Snowman, Jack Frost, mistletoe. He doesn't want any religious symbols at all in the town square there. Let's go to Fresno on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
Not too bad.
Go ahead.
Excuse me?
Go ahead.
I just want to know when Frosty the Snowman became a religious symbol. To me, it was just a story and such.
Well, we consider it to be a cult symbol.
A cult symbol?
Yes, sir. It is a classic Christian story.
Okay, well...
But we consider it to be a religious cult.
Frosty the Snowman is a religious cult symbol?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To me, personally, I would say a religious symbol would be a cross or, say, the Star of David, something to that effect. I don't see...
Well, that's true. We don't none of that. We do not want religious symbols at all in our town square. That is my feeling anyway, because it is public property. I'm not trying to tell a man how to worship. But,
now how do you don't even do a Christmas type of a thing at all then?
No, sir, we do not, no.
Okay, well,
do you have any celebration at all?
With that? I mean, put the Jesus Christ thing aside, and I mean, to me, the spirit of Christmas and Christmas would be the giving and trying to help out your fellow man at this point.
Well, we do not appreciate these kinds of Christian and cult symbols, in our town, the Jack Frost, that sort of thing.
You consider Jack Frost to be a cult symbol?
It's a religious cult symbol, right?
All right, you got a loud car phone there, pal, but I appreciate your call.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye. Here is Yorba Linda on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi, Phil. You have a great show.
Thanks.
You're a great guy.
Thanks.
Your caller is a moron. Okay, Frosty the Snowman and all that other stuff is all secular stuff.
You live in your...
We're a Christian family, but you know what? The secular stuff is nice, too. And this guy, he's writing to all the officials in Los Angeles County. They're not even going to respond to him.
Frosty the Snowman is...
No. You're writing to the sheriff of L.A. County and the mayor of L.A. They're not going to respond to you, idiots.
Responsible,
you know what? You lived here 2 years, pack your stuff, and you know what? Move.
I don't believe that's your decision to make, number one. Hello?
Okay, he hung up. That's a Yorba Linda resident right there.
I want to say, Phil, that's kind of typical of the small-town thinking that you find in Yorba Linda. I have contacted every responsible official in Yorba Linda, from Mayor Richard Reardon all the way down to Councilman Joel Wax, everybody that I can think of to respond to this.
Well, how have they responded?
Frankly, I have not heard from any of them, and that in its own way is insulting. But I am here to make sure that all of these cult symbols...
All right, you described Frosty the Snowman as a cult symbol?
It's a religious cult symbol, yes.
Are you familiar with any cult that uses Frosty the Snowman as they worship Frosty the Snowman?
No, sir, I'm not familiar with anything like that, but it is absolutely true that these are religiously based, these are religiously drawn symbols that do have cult status among certain religious cults. Yes, sir.
Frosty the Snowman and Jack Frost.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rialto on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This guy's an idiot. I mean...
Well, I don't think I've been called idiot so much in the last 10 seconds, but that's all right. I mean, I'll fight my fight wherever I have to fight it.
Well, look at the stuff he's saying. I mean, it's Jack Frost. Okay?
You don't have your radio turned up, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, the guy's an idiot.
Well, why is he an idiot? I mean, we got to get past just calling him a name.
Because Jack Frost is just a little plastic snowman that they have out there. If you don't like it, don't look at it.
Are you familiar with what I'm talking about, sir, in Yorba Linda?
No, I'm not.
All right. In Yorba Linda, we have a town square where they have erected Jack Frost and Frosty the Snowman. This clearly is a religious symbol
And they have.
It's not a religious symbol. It's just a snowman.
My information is that they have religious connotations. They have religious connotations.
How is that?
If you've heard the song Jack Frost Nipping at Your Nose, that kind of thing, have you heard that?
Yeah, I have.
Frosty the Snowman. All of those are songs derivative of a cult status. Now, we're talking about something that is pre-Christian, that goes back perhaps even as far as the Druid priests of Ireland.
Well, then don't look at it.
Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
All right, wait a minute. I want to jump in. You're saying that Frosty the Snowman was worshipped by Druid priests?
Yes, I am. And if you had any education, you, sir, you would know this.
Have you found evidence of this?
In the reading I've done, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for your call.
Hey, no problem.
1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI. Are you joking with me?
No, I'm not. I'll tell you this much, Phil. If you look at the history of the winter equinox, which was an ancient pagan festival, all of the symbols that I'm talking about are deriven from pagan ritual, and that includes Frosty the Snowman and Jack Frost.
But you're telling me that the ancient Druids worshipped Jack Frost?
Yes, that is correct, as well as what today is called Wicca, which is an ancient witchcraft.
Worship Jack Frost?
Yes.
1-800-5201-KFI, excuse me, Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County, Newport Beach on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Frosty the Snowman was all...
Here is Inglewood on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Yeah, Phil, great show.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I happen to be a Christian, and I don't necessarily agree with the guy that we ought to obliterate religious symbols, but speaking as far as historical fact, the man is correct. These are religious symbols.
Mm-hmm.
They're pagan religious symbols. You go back and take even the Christmas tree, they introduced these into Christian traditions in order to appeal to Christianity. So the man at least is consistent in his argument. These are...
And as long as they are religious symbols, I'm asking that they be removed from public property.
Well, as I said, I don't necessarily agree with his argument on that. I think we ought to be able to display tradition.
Well, if you say they are religiously based, then he has an argument. He's got a good argument.
Well, of course he has a good argument. If they're going to take traditional religious symbols as far as Christian religion out of the classroom, they ought to take all this nature worship and Gaia worship and Mother worship that they have in the classroom now, that they still allow to be there under the guise that it's secular. Actually, it's derived from pagan religions.
Well, I would agree with that. But as long as they take the mistletoe too.
The mistletoe too.
That's right.
All right. Thanks for your call, sir. On the line is Stephen Bozell of Yorba Linda. He says that in the town square in Yorba Linda, they have erected religious symbols: Frosty the Snowman and Jack. Why am I coughing all of a sudden? Could it be? Could it possibly be this freaking cold? And Jack Frost and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and others. Anyway, we'll be back. Phil Hendry Show on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk radio. Let's take a break for news. Into the KFI News Center, here's Bruce Manning.
Thanks, Phil. Here's the top story in the Southland right now. Fire officials say an 89-year-old woman was...
I have something to say. This guy is so off base. Anybody who has any religious background knows that the snowman, Santa Claus, Christmas trees has absolutely no foundation in the celebration of Christmas. That's number one.
Well, it has a pagan significance.
Can I ask you, when do you find the time, if you have 2 children and you live this wonderful life, why are you comparing Frosty the Snowman to priests from a gazillion years ago?
I don't sit in front of a television set, man.
I don't either, and I don't appreciate the insinuation that you think that I do.
Where do I find the time to educate myself?
Why do you even care about Frosty the Snowman having cult rituals? If you're such an atheist, why are you so into proving that there is no religion?
It's like a stupid question to ask me, where do I find the time? I educate myself. I do read.
Well, I think there's a hell of a lot more out there that you should be educating yourself on besides the relation between Frosty the Snowman and some priest.
I'm sorry that what I read you don't approve of, and perhaps I should pass all of my reading materials through you so you can approve of what I should read.
Why don't you know what? listen to
fascism.
yourself. Why don't you
Your
try
kind
to
of
have
fascism.
a sane conversation here?
Yeah,
First
well,
of all,
I am,
you're
ma'am,
not even letting me talk.
You're culturally fascistic. You want to control everything that I read, everything that I do.
Do I get a break here? Do I get to say something?
I'm responding to your comments, ma'am.
Okay, well, let me give you another comment here. Is Dr. Seuss the Antichrist? Have you looked him up as well? Have you compared him in some sort of historical manner? I mean, is there any story that you haven't done this to? I mean, what is your education basis here? What are you going for?
I can tell you that Frosty the Snowman is an icon that was used by pagan groups in pre-Christian days.
How do your children feel about this?
I'll tell you, with my children, they sacrificed children to Frosty the Snowman at one time.
Do you know what? I think it's ridiculous that you have spent your time, because if you are educated, you could probably make a hell of a contribution to society besides comparing story figures to priests from God knows when. What difference does that make now? Hey, come on. This is 1997. Catch on.
You asked me about Dr. Zeus, and I consider him to be a cult bastard who is corrupting children.
You know what? I really feel sorry for your children, because I think that they're going to have a really warped sense of the world. And I don't understand a lot about atheism, so let me ask you a question. If you're an atheist, can I ask you something? If you're an atheist...
I'm trying to answer your questions, man, but you won't give me an opportunity.
Well, I guess I learned from you.
No, I just want to answer your questions, but you throw them at me rapid fire, and you won't let me answer any of them.
Well, I had to wait 5 minutes to talk to you, so I've had plenty of time to think about this. I just want to ask you a question.
Give me a speech. You don't want to ask me questions.
No, I would like one answer here. This is one answer I'd like to know.
Go ahead, ma'am. Give your speech.
Is an atheist completely uninterested in religion, or is an atheist somebody who picks apart religion to make themselves feel like atheism is so great? I mean, if you're an atheist, why do you even care about other religions? That's like saying, I mean, I don't care about the proper names of plants. It doesn't mean that I don't like plants.
Well,
I mean, give me a break.
I can tell you that Santa's costume represents the red blood of the sheep from the sacrifice.
That's not my question.
The white of the costume is the sheep itself.
That wasn't my question. I would like to know, if you're an atheist, why you're so busy trying to learn about religion and how religious cult figures in your mind contribute. I mean, why are you putting all this together? Why do you even care?
What you're saying is you would throw your child on the altar of Jack Frost. Is that it?
There is no altar of Jack Frost. I think that you're a little bit confused.
No, ma'am. I am saying that as a mother, you would willingly give up your children.
You want to know something? My children are sitting right here with me. I've just picked up my high schooler from midweek Bible study, okay?
So you would sacrifice your child to the demon overlord Jack Frost. Is that what you're telling me?
You know what? I think you are so off base.
I don't have an answer.
I haven't got an original answer to my question.
All right, your question, ma'am, was what? What was your question, ma'am?
My question is, do atheists spend all of their time picking apart other different religions so you can have something to talk about? I mean, don't look at the damn town square for 1 month. Don't go get your hair cut there. Give me a break. You think Yorba Linda's a small town? You sound small-minded.
Well, ma'am, if you want to worship at Rudolph the reindeer,
you notice I still haven't got an answer to my question.
I spend my time protecting my rights as an American citizen so that you and your Rudolph worshiping friends...
Oh, and so now you make a value judgment against me?
You and your Jack Frost worshiping friends are not going to...
Wait a minute. The lady says she's a Christian. She didn't say she worships Jack Frost.
That's exactly right. And me and my friends are going to be worshiping the beauty of life, which is very fragile, and you don't even understand it because you're spending all your time comparing, a friggin' snowman...
child to Rudolph. And all of the things that those children represent, you would give over to Rudolph the reindeer.
Do you ever notice that's really hard to have a sane argument with somebody because you are so off base?
Oh, ma'am, you ask me questions, but...
You haven't answered my question. Why do you spend your time trying to figure out the correlation between stupid holiday stories and religion? Why are you spending your time trying to find the correlation?
I'm trying to answer your question because I do not want you, Frosty the Snowman, worshiping fools, ruining my life.
Oh, really? You think I'm a Frosty the Snowman worshiping fool? You know what? I am not a fool, and I really resent you saying that. And you're right. I love everything about Christmas. I lived in Thailand for 2 years, and let me explain something to you. They don't celebrate Christmas there. And you walk around, and you don't have any sign of Christmas. And I'm not talking about crosses and, Hanukkah candles and all that. I'm talking about bright lights. I'm talking about, Christmas wrapping paper. I'm talking about music right at Thanksgiving time. And when you don't have it, you start to miss it. And I think that you need to move.
You have said that you would offer the bloody body of your child to the cult bastard Frosty the Snowman.
I can't believe that they even give me their time. You know what? It's because of people like you that our society is so screwed up. It's a frigging holiday. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be surrounding yourself with love, not trying to take your opinions, relate them back to... You sound like a cult member.
No, ma'am.
You sound like a total cult member.
I'm trying to protect your child from becoming impaled on Frosty's corncob pipe. But you would do that, wouldn't you?
You know what?
All right, I got to jump in. This is Phil Hendry. I have to jump in because
Phil,
I think some of this...
insane.
You're assuming some things. This woman said she's a Christian. She didn't say that she was a cult worshiper.
And why is she defending the cult bastard Dr. Seuss?
You know what? Personally, I don't like Dr. Seuss books. I'm kind of the Arthur set, okay? What is Arthur? Is he like somebody that you hate as well?
Are you aware that the corncob pipe is a phallic symbol?
Excuse me?
I said, are you aware that the corncob pipe is an ancient fertility symbol?
Do you know what? I think you have too much free time on your hands. Why don't you put your brilliant mind and your fact-seeking to somebody, go find the cure for breast cancer or something.
Oh, ma'am, I'm trying to protect my rights as an American citizen. And
who's protecting your children from you?
All right. Thank you very much for your call this evening. 1-800-5201-KFI, Orange County, 5201-KFI, LA County, Downey on KFI AM 640. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to ask him what he believes in. What's his name, anyway?
My name is Steve Bozell, sir.
Steve?
Yes, sir.
What do you believe in?
What do I believe in?
Yeah,
I believe in the workers of the world uniting and throwing off the chains of the capitalist overbosses. I believe that someday this will be a workers' state.
No, I mean religiously or whatever. Are you an atheist?
I believe religion is bullcrap.
Okay.
And I believe that Karl Marx said it best when he said it is the opiate of the masses.
All right, you don't believe in nothing then, right?
I don't believe in no God or anything like that, if that's what you're talking about.
How can you not believe in nothing?
I believe in the Big Smash theory. I believe in the Big Bang theory. I believe that we all come out of a void.
Well, you probably, I don't know, but you sound like you're full
I'll tell you what, you sound like a classic Frosty worshiper.
Well, you're full of prunes. How you like that?
Well, sir, why would you defend? I spent some time here trying to convince this woman that by her benign acceptance of these pagan icons, she was hurting her children. Now, I listened to this.
Well, do you really believe that in your heart, that these things are hurting her children?
I believe that I can
do you believe that in your heart?
Yes, sir. And I can
you
tell
do.
By the sound of your voice, you are a classic Jack Frost worshiper. Are you or are you not? Are you or are you not?
I like old Jackie. I like him more than I like you if you're atheist. I think you belong to... I think you're part Satan.
You'd throw yourself at his feet, wouldn't you?
Do you know Satan?
Yes, I do.
What do you think of him?
He's a hell of a guy.
You like him?
Yes, I do.
You're a Satan worshiper, huh?
Sure. But you're the kind of guy that'd drop his pants to his ankles and bend over for Jack Frost, wouldn't you?
Not so you can tell it.
You'd go ahead and just give yourself up to Frosty.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that either.
I believe you
would. But
at
the same time, I wouldn't take something that children love and say it hurts them.
You'd let Frosty take you, wouldn't you?
No, Frosty will never take me the more than you'll take me. You can't take me because you're from the devil.
I'll tell you, Frosty, take that corncob pipe and do some wonderful things with it.
What do you and Lucifer do on Saturday night?
All right, okay. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County. Mr. Bozell, I realize you thought you were talking to an idiot there. I'd advise you to have respect for all of my callers.
Well, that man was obviously trying to screw around.
All right. It's Phil Hendry Show here on KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. We'll be right back here with Steve Bozell, who is he's a resident of Yorba Linda who wants to get rid of what he considers to be religious symbols in the Yorba Linda town square. A Frosty the Snowman, a Jack Frost, a sleigh, a Rudolph the Reindeer, etc. Look at traffic. Here is Alan LeGreen in the KFI Traffic Center.
And right now, Phil, still working a SIG alert on the southbound Hollywood Freeway. The 60 to the northbound 605 Transition Road. Be very careful here.
Out the religious icon symbols that he sees in the town square in Yorba Linda this holiday season. One of them a snowman, a sleigh, Frosty the Snowman. All of these symbols he considers to be pagan and therefore religious, and he is an atheist, self-professed, and therefore does not want to see them there. Let's go to Riverside on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yes, hi, Phil.
Yes.
I do not understand why your guest, Mr. Bozell, would want to blame the mayor and the councilmen of Los Angeles for what is going on in your Belinda, because he has his own mayor and city council.
Well, I wrote to the highest Yorba Linda officials that I could.
Well, what does Mayor Ridden or Councilman Waxman have to do with it?
Well, are you a cult member?
No, I'm not a cult member.
Well, by that I wanted to ask you, because I want to know exactly, have you ever, do you know who Frosty the Snowman is, correct?
Yes, I do. I know them. I buy them.
Do you know Frosty the Snowman, as others might?
Yes, I do know Frosty the Snowman, and I love Frosty the Snowman.
All right, there you go. This is a cult member, Mr. Henry.
No,
and this
you
is
get
what
a
I'm
life.
talking about. I beg your pardon?
You need to get a life.
Are you aware of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Absolutely.
Do you know anything about his luminescence?
Well, yes, I do. And you know what?
All
you
right.
need to get a life, because you're trying to dampen every child's spirit and the whole Christmas spirit. Get a life.
At what time did you join the Frosty cult?
At what time did I join it? It's not a cult.
When did you become enamored of the snowman?
Oh, probably when I was 2.
Do you bow to your freezer?
No, I don't bow to a freezer. Oh,
Do you bow to the ice tray? Do you bow to the ice tray?
No, I don't.
Have you ever been one with the ice demon?
You know what? You need to get a life, and you need to lighten up, and you need to understand that you are out of control.
Ma'am, I will ask this, and I don't mean to be offensive.
Go right ahead.
Have you ever fornicated with the ice demon?
No, but it sounds like to me you had a great inner reaction with it.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's supposed to mean exactly what I said. When you met the Iceman, you had a great inner reaction, and you can share your experience.
Inner reaction, huh?
And you can share what experience you had, because apparently you're still tripping on it.
All right. Well, thank you, man. I don't know what you're talking about with this. Has she ever been with the ice demon?
I'm talking about Frosty. She knows what I'm saying.
Well, yes, I do know what you're saying, because you had the experience, and apparently you're still tripping on it.
I walk around with a hairdryer to ward off all of the snow people.
You know what? And after your experience, a hairdryer is too light for you. You needed something much deeper, like a portable heater would
coming
fit
on me.
you
I don't
better.
want no Iceman coming at me now.
Oh, no problem. Go get yourself a little portable wall heater, and I'm sure you have a nice night.
I got the blow dryer.
What is going on with him now?
The wall heater is after him, and he's tripping.
He's what?
He's tripping.
A wall heater is after him.
A flight.
The Iceman coming. Oh, God.
All right, ma'am. Thanks for your call. Fullerton on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi. I think what the root of this guy is talking about is that he's a communist, plain and simple. And he's anti-Christ, he's anti-everything, so he's anti-Christmas. Is that true or isn't it? You're talking about a working class that runs the society. That is communism.
I'm talking about...
That is communism.
I'm talking about the ice demon.
No, I'm talking about the comment you made earlier when the guy called and asked what your beliefs were, and you said, I believe in the working man running the society and throwing over the capitalists, which is communism. And communism is anti-Christ, anti-any religious symbols, anti-anything that has to do with God, which is what Christmas is all about. So that is why you're against it.
Wait a minute. I've seen something out my back door.
What did you just do?
Something come at me, the ice demon. Get away.
He's a communist. He's nuts.
Well, he has communist thoughts, and so he's making all this stuff up through his all this communist material he's obviously been reading. I do not know where he is getting his information. Can I ask you one of the books you've read? Can I ask you one book that you've read about the...
Are you talking to him, ma'am? He's out there firing his freaking gun off.
Talk to me now.
Mr. Bozell?
I'm right here.
What book have you read?
I read Das Kapital and the Communist Manifesto.
So you agree with me that you are a communist?
I got a blow dryer now. I can keep the ice devil off me.
You got a blow dryer so you can keep the ice devil off of you?
Get away now. Get away. Oh, thank you, God.
Oh, he just said, thank you, God.
That's right. When it comes to the ice demon, I'll take all the help I can get.
Ma'am, forget about communism. Forget about dialectic materialism. Forget about all of it. This guy is a bona fide nutcase.
I agree with you.
Okay?
Well, when I first heard him
demon away
talking,
from me now.
I thought he had some sort of intelligence, but obviously he's just totally...
This nutcase has got a hairdryer so he can keep Frosty the Snowman off of him.
Yeah, I better lock my doors double tonight. You never know, huh?
Did you hear that?
No. What is he doing?
I don't know. The ice devil ate him or something.
Good. Get him off the air.
Well, listen, thank you. Yeah, that's all we needed to do is just have the ice demon turn him into a Slurpee. I don't know what the hell's going on. Thanks so much for your call.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
KFI Los Angeles. It's the Phil Hendry Show. More stimulating talk radio.
Right, Phil. Size of Thousand Oaks. And, you know, if you have a husband that you love very much and you care about, yes, you want to look your best. Now, how old are you, dear?
I am 19. My parents have been married for 25 years.
Well,
my father... No, listen to me. My father has never once cheated on my mother.
Are you... Well...
Where do you get off saying that a woman...
Yeah, here's a woman...
After she has children, where do you get off saying that after she has children, her ass widens out to the size of Thousand Oaks?
No man stays with a woman whose ass is the size of a county.
Thousand Oaks is not a county. It is in Ventura County, lady. Get your facts straight.
Are you going to keep the body after you have your children?
Oh, hell yeah. I like the way my body is.
And how are you going to do that?
How am I going to do that?
Yes,
it's called control.
Oh, listen to the young girl who thinks she's got the life of control.
Young girl? Who are you calling young, lady? At least I'm not old.
Describe yourself.
Excuse me?
Describe yourself.
Let's see. I'm 5'7". I weigh about 120 pounds.
And after you have children, you'll be a medicine ball.
No, actually, I won't, because I know better. I'm sorry.
Well, and you're going to turn into what I'm asking you is this. Before you decide to have children, decide whether or not you want your husband to have an affair. If you decide you're going to have children, then find a woman that your husband will be happy with after you have the children. Your husband's going to start calling you tractor ass, and then you'll see.
I'm sorry,
tractor ass. That's
if
just
a guy, if your husband loves you the way he is supposed to love you, he won't care what you look like.
You wait till a man starts referring to you as tractor ass, and then call me.
Obviously you didn't try to keep yourself up after you had your children. That's why your husband was calling you tractor ass.
I'll tell you right now, my husband had an affair, and I realized what it meant, and I went out. I had the work done. I had the tuck. I had the liposuction. A man doesn't want to make love to a woman with 2 watermelons for ass cheeks. And so
I don't see why someone, after they have children, should have to go out and have their tummy tucked and their breasts fixed and their ass fixed. I don't see why.
What man wants to come home to a woman wearing overalls? He wants to make love to Farmer John? Wide load coming through. And
I'm sorry, my mother is 48 years old. She looks great for her age. She's had three girls, okay? She does not look like a tractor ass, okay?
Does she have ankle draggers or not?
No, she doesn't.
All right.
Runs around in shorts and tank tops all the time.
Yeah. Your mom didn't have a tummy tuck or anything like that?
No. She looks perfectly fine. After she had me 20 years ago, she went down to the size that she was before, and she did that with both of my other sisters.
Knee knockers?
Excuse me?
Knee knockers?
No, I'm sorry. My mom...
All right. Grow up. Anyway, thanks for your call, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm grown up, Phil. I'm trying to give a little bit of inspiration to a girl who has not yet had to deal with what we call butter bags.
All right, here is Irvine on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yes, I just wanted to say, I have 2 children of my own, and after I had my first son, I only kept 2 pounds of my weight, and I'm just a little itty-bitty girl. And with my second son, I went from what I weighed with him, when I was pregnant with him, back down to 105 pounds. And my husband loves me. I have a better chest. I have a better butt. And it's not wide. It's not fat. And I wear the slinky little cheek shorts and the tank tops and everything else.
I could ask you the very easy question. You know that when you were pregnant, you wore the sweatpants or things that stretched.
No, actually, I didn't. I wore dresses, and I dressed up, and I looked better when I was pregnant. I always dressed sexy for my man. He loves me more now because I have had his children, and I still look great. And I'll tell you what, where I work, I see tons of men, and I always get compliments of how good I look. And if an answer, and they're like, wow, I'm so impressed. I wish I saw more women that look like you. All it does is take what you eat when you're pregnant.
You entertain the compliments of other men now.
What do you mean? So I get compliments. So what? I go home and tell my husband.
I want to be very clear.
Oh, well, I hope it made you feel good.
I want to be very clear. You entertain the compliments of other men.
So what?
So what? You know
what?
Phil, I said...
I'm not cheating. I haven't had any tummy tucks. I haven't had breast implants.
I said before I took any phone calls that pregnancy will affect your marriage. Here's a woman actively taking the compliments of other men.
I used to do it before I was married, and I've been with my husband for 7 years.
I can tell you that that's not healthy.
Oh, bull. It makes him feel so good that he's got a good-looking woman on his arm. I get compliments over him when I'm with him, and I take it, oh, wow, you know, I've got a good-looking man. I'm going to hold on to him. We don't have any problems at all. We don't even fight.
Let me tell you something. I have a very dear friend of mine, Dave. He lived down the street from us. His wife, as I said, has got an ass you can't get through a door. He loves her to death. He calls her his little buttercup. She thinks she's petite. She thinks she's tiny. She's got an ass you got to put in a wheelbarrow. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand.
So she thinks she's petite and small. He calls her little buttercup. The rest of the world knows better. It's Jack Sprat.
No, it's not true.
Bring me up a 12-pack of Bud.
It's not true. My husband don't drink, and he loves me to death. And I
could milk her and feed Wisconsin. And give me some of those razors, too.
All right. Thank you for calling. Here is Granada Hills on KFI 640. Hello.
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
This woman is
you can have cheese with the milk coming out of that woman.
Oh, Margaret, I have to say, all she has to do is look at my daughter-in-law.
Are you breathing right?
My daughter-in-law was always lovely and slim, and after she had her children, she just exercised regularly, and she watches what she eats. She is lovely, and she is beautiful, and she's older than my son, and he would no more think of cheating on her than he would think of flying to the moon under his own steam. This is idiotic. Any woman who wants to figure back...
It sounds like half your face is paralyzed.
No. Any woman who wants your insults don't make you right, silly.
Oh, listen to me.
Any woman who wants to figure back and get it back. I had two children, and I was spinning as a rail after I had them.
Right. Are you or are you not sagging? Come on, give it to me.
At my age, at 67, I'm not worried about it. I'm talking about a woman in her 40s. No, she's 50 now. And she has a figure you cannot believe. Nothing is dragging, nothing is sagging. She puts women who have never had children half her age to shame. She's beautiful. She exercises regularly, and your trying to talk over me doesn't make you right. You've got to fixate.
She's trying to ask you a question, ma'am. She's trying to ask you a question.
What?
Take a deep breath. I want to hear the way you breathe.
Why? I don't understand. I breathe very deeply from the diaphragm.
Like you've got asthma.
Well, I do.
Well, your granddaughter...
has caused so much blooming. There's so much pollen in the air. It's ridiculous.
I'm glad your granddaughter is 50 years old. That's wonderful.
No, my daughter-in-law.
You said your granddaughter is 50.
No, my daughter-in-law. My daughter-in-law.
You said your granddaughter.
Well, I'm sorry. I said my daughter-in-law is 50 and puts women.
Thank God.
Okay, I guess...
Strangled by the phone... What, the phone cord strangled you?
No. Probably I'm on a cell phone. Anyway, all I'm saying, she is beautiful. She exercises regularly. She watches what she eats. And she's got a figure anyone could
You're 3
anything.
weeks older than Jesus. Come on.
What?
You said your granddaughter is...
No, I said it was my daughter-in-law. And she's older than my son.
I know who this
and
woman
she
is. A slut.
Okay, 1-800. What happened to that caller?
I don't know.
Right.
She does have what we call tractor ass or wheelbarrow ass. You'll want to visit Sit and Sleep. Yes, Sit and Sleep. For all of your mattress needs. Good, strong, firm, supporting mattresses that can keep that ever-widening ass the size of the county of Indio in shape on top of the springs and really firm. You can save on 40% on Simmons, Sealy, Certis, Spring Air, Miralax, Stearns & Foster, and Chatham & Wells. They'll even give you a beautiful set of sheets, 2 pillows, mattress pad, bed frame, 4-hour local delivery, and removal of your old mattress, a $250 value when you buy any premium set. These savings are happening now at all 3 Sit and Sleep superstores. And if you don't want to spring up your tractor ass, go to Sit and Sleep. That's right. Sit and Sleep will keep that butt riding high. Remember, they're in Culver City, Tarzana, and in Montebello, I-5 just south of Garfield. Stop by the Sit and Sleep near you or call 1-800-675-3536. Remember, Sit and Sleep will beat any advertised price or your mattress is free for the ass area.
That has nothing to do with people's DNA. That happens to some women because of inactivity. I've had 3 kids and my ass was fine.
You're trying to tell me that a woman has 3 children, the butt widens out, and it has nothing to do with her biological structure? Please.
Biological structure is different from DNA. DNA are the building blocks of life, the genetic structure.
When you get an ultrasound, it affects the DNA. It is a mutation that takes place, Phil. When women get pregnant, there
are no mutations that happen when women are pregnant. Ultrasound doesn't affect DNA.
It's a Darwinian mutation.
What are you talking about? They're going to evolve into a different species?
Why do you think they get scaly skin? Why do you... I can't...
Was stuck right there in the middle of the flooded intersection. There were 2 or 3 other cars that were stuck in the flooded intersection, and after a while, you get tired of it. You just get sick of it. You get tired of saving people from themselves. You get tired of reminding people what is safe and what isn't safe. You have to. It's just.
So what are you telling me tonight? If you get a call, you're going to ignore it?
I'll decide whether I want to go out or not. I'm not gonna risk my life for an idiot. I won't do it.
So if you got somebody stranded in an intersection...
I won't go out on that.
You will not go out on that?
No, I will not.
If you have somebody who's slid down an embankment...
I will not go out on anything like that. I'll make this easy for you to understand, Phil. It has to be for something that isn't stupid. I'll go out and save somebody. But
you're not saving any idiots tonight?
No, sir, I am not.
Okay, we have a firefighter. Hang on the line there. Vernon is the name that we're using. I don't know what his real name is. He's a firefighter here in Southern California who's got some frustration going tonight. He says he's tired of saving stupid people. Maybe we can talk him out of it. I don't know.
I'm at the point now where if I get another call where I've got to go and get someone out of a car in a flooded intersection, or if I've got to get some citizen out of a flood control channel, or I've got to get some citizen out of another situation that he's gotten himself into, I don't know whether I'm going to go out on the call or not.
You're going to ignore the call?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, there's a few people on the line who'd like to talk to you. Let's go to Long Beach on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
I think he should get out of his job. I think that is disgusting. He has made his life out to be a person who saves lives. For him to sit there and prejudge if somebody's an idiot or not just proves that he's an idiot. That is, what would happen to him if his wife had a flat tire and ended up going off the road? Would he not go on that call because he thought it was an idiot that went off the side of the road? Or maybe it was a flat tire?
Well, I can answer your question, ma'am. My wife is not stupid enough to be on an embankment of some kind of a road where she would endanger her life and get a flat tire. Only idiots.
You're prejudging the fact that what happens if your wife got a flat tire and accidentally spun out and hit somebody? You wouldn't know the reason for that accident until after the fact. You're prejudging these people before you even have a chance to go out there. That is disgusting to me. Because you are supposed to save lives. You should get out of your job.
What I'm saying is that I've been on 48 hours. I'm very tired.
I understand that. I feel, you know what? The guys like you that are doing their jobs properly, I have the utmost respect for. I think that they're wonderful, but you don't have a right to make judgments on anyone. You should think about it.
Mr. Fireman, sir, Vernon, I realize that you're tired.
I'm exhausted. And I know what the lady's saying. I understand. I mean, I wrestle with it myself. I'm exhausted.
I understand how you feel.
You know what it's been like for the last 24 hours has been unbelievable.
I understand exactly how you feel with that, but what bothers me more is that you're doing the prejudging of going out on a call or not. That's what scares me.
That is very dangerous, yeah. That's very dangerous.
If you need help, get help with it, because you have every right. You see an awful lot of stuff that all of us wouldn't want to deal with.
I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. We had a tree falling on a house today, knocked out a couple of windows, and we had to get an elderly citizen out from a den, kind of a den bedroom area in the front of the house. Apparently she was trapped. One of the doors had collapsed. And I looked at this, and I said to one of the firefighters I was with, I said, who plants eucalyptus trees right next to a house? They fall.
It could have been the neighbor. It could have had nothing to do with the person you were helping. You're out there to help that person. It's not up to you to decide who planted a tree in the wrong place. The tree fell. That's what you chose, was your job, to help people when a tree falls, not choose what kind of tree they planted.
Well, I'm out here to put out fires primarily. That's why I'm called.
Oh, okay. So what? When you signed it,
I'm not here to get some old woman who is too stupid to not plant a tree right next to her house.
How do you know she planted the tree, sir?
Well,
who are you to judge that?
Well, it was her property, and I assumed that she was the idiot. I shouldn't say idiot.
Yeah, let's not be so pointed in our comments, okay?
It just
exactly.
It really upset me that this broad.
But your problem is that you are so burnt out that you are judging everything that you're doing. And when you get to that point, it is time to get out. If a police officer gets to your position right now, it's up to him to get out.
We're talking about some job burn here, man. We're talking about some stress.
I can handle it. I can deal with it. I can deal with anything they throw at me.
No, you can't deal with it at all. You become an idiot when you start judging before and you start telling them that you can't answer calls because you've chosen the fact that that's not a good call for you. That's time for you to get out.
Well, today we had to take a.
It doesn't matter what it is.
A van out of floodwaters in the intersection. It was a woman and her 2 kids stuck in an intersection. I got the 2 kids out. And I looked at the woman and I said, you're going last because you're the one that got these children into this problem.
Yeah, and she needed to hear that when she was probably distraught about losing her kids.
What did you say to her?
I said to her as I got the 2 kids out, I said, you're going last, and I want you to think about what you did to these children today. And I took my time.
You what?
I took my time.
Jesus, what do you mean you took your time?
I let her sit there for a while.
Hey, buddy, let me say something. I'm not a fireman, but you can kill somebody. If the water is running fast enough, if that van is carried away...
No, she was all right. It was not that. It wasn't so swift as it was going to carry the van away, but I let her...
Who made you judge and jury on people out there? That's what scares me. You're getting paid to save people's lives, not choose who you get to save.
Let me just say, Phil, you said it best. You said you're not a fireman. I am a fireman. I know my job.
Well, all right, but I mean, hey, guess what? I pay your taxes.
Oh, Jesus, you're not going to pull that out, are you?
Well, I do. I pay your salary, man. So does this lady.
That's right.
That's an old argument.
But you know what? I just hope when your wife and children have a problem that may look like they did something wrong, but maybe they didn't, I hope you're not the one that rolls on that call. Because I have too much respect for firemen to have somebody like you represent them.
Do you own a van, ma'am?
No, I don't own a van. I own a Dodge Stealth that hasn't had a single day with a problem, and I've never needed to call you guys. But when I do need you, I hope you're not the one to come out.
Do you have new tires?
Yes, I do.
Are your brakes good?
Yes, they are. My car is checked every 3,000 miles. See, this is what I'm talking about. What right do you have to even ask these questions?
Because I don't appreciate some imbecile who doesn't take care of his car, and then I got.
Well, you know what? I take care of my car. I take care of my car. I own my own business. I do everything. Right. I take care of employees. I do everything that's right, and you have no right to even know any of that. Your right is to take care of me if I get hurt.
I'm simply saying I don't want to bail another sorry ass out of a situation, okay?
Well, that's too bad because you know what?
When's the last time you had your oil changed?
2,100 miles ago. I have it on my windshield right here.
Can you check it?
Can I check it? Absolutely.
Yeah. All right,
can I change my own oil? Yes. But what right do you have to ask any of this? This is the point.
Can I ask you to pop the hood?
I've rebuilt an engine. Does that make me a better person?
Well, it means that you can take care of your car. Could you pop the hood right now and check to see what...
Oh, yeah, and then I'm out in the rain, popping my hood, checking my engine, and then you're going to say, what an idiot would be standing out in the rain, popping her engine. I won't help her.
I'm not. I appreciate the fact that you maintain your car, ma'am, but it's vitally
great.
important.
You know what? Your opinion of me doesn't matter, sir, because my opinion of you, you're an idiot.
Ma'am, it is vitally important that you pop the hood to check the oil.
What, right now?
That's right.
You're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot. My oil was checked for me yesterday.
Have you looked at it since? You might have a leak.
What are you saying?
I may be an idiot, Phil, but I'd like her to check her oil now.
You know what?
How is your transmission fluid?
It's fine. It's been... Phil, do you see a problem with this guy?
I think you're stressed. I think you're burned out. I think you're stressing, dude. I think you're stressing, and I think you need to take a chill.
Don't give me some of your smart-ass hip talk, okay?
See, Phil, he's not going to be happy with you now because you don't agree with him.
No, I just don't need his hip talk show talk, okay? You're stressing. You need to chill.
I'm just saying to you, relax, okay? Look, I got to take a break. Hold on. Thank you, man. In just a moment, Captain Berrigan of the fire station number 39 in Van Nuys who wants to talk with you, Vernon. He says he has 18 other crewmen at the fire station tonight with their jaws hitting the floor, some of the stuff that they're hearing.
Well, I am, I don't want to make anybody ashamed of me, or I'm talking about, I'm a fireman. I'm a fireman first and foremost, and I do stand with every man and woman who's on the lines tonight, but,
well, they're stunned. That's what and I want to talk to him. Would you mind talking with him?
No, not at all.
All right, I'm going to talk to him in just a moment. Let's go over to Northridge on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yes, my son is a fireman, and he's been a fireman for 24 years, and not once has he complained that he had to get up 1 o'clock in the morning or do this or do that, or we had to do this, or when we had the earthquake, he was there putting down the fires and the explosions. And this guy here, he's a phony. He's a phony. He should be ashamed of himself. He's nothing but a phony. He should be ashamed of himself. When he's getting paid to do that job, he should do that job. And there's a lot of people who would like to have that fireman's job that can't get it because it's hard to get in there. So don't give me that stuff. He's just full of hot air. Thank you.
I didn't hear what you said. Could you say that again? I missed what
She's basically saying that you're full of hot air, okay? Let's go over to Captain Berrigan now in Van Nuys on KFI AM 640. Captain Berrigan?
Yes, Phil.
How are you, sir?
I'm real good.
If the lady thinks I'm a phony, then she ought to try getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, Captain Berrigan is on the line with us from the Van Nuys fire station number 39.
Good evening, Captain.
Yes, first of all, I'm really upset that the radio station didn't take the time to try to verify and try to figure out if this guy was for real.
I mean, we tried to do the best we could.
I know, Phil, but you know what this guy's doing? He's just trying to discredit our profession. And he's not a firefighter. You asked him some real basic questions about platoon duty and our schedules, and he gave you a wrong answer. And
what are you talking about?
We work 10 days out of the month. We work overtime if we choose to work overtime. He says he's on 48 hours right now, and he's really stressed. I'm working 72 hours. I can tell you right now, we're poised, we're professionals, we're ready to go. If I was to get a call right now, I would drop the phone, and I'd be out of here in less than a minute in order to respond. That's what the citizens pay us to do. And I guarantee you, Vern, if you work at our fire station, which I know you're not a firefighter.
Wait a second, you gotta let me say something here.
Yeah, go ahead, because you're a phony.
Maybe I beg your pardon?
You're a phony.
Sir, I've been on 48 hours.
Yeah.
You expect me to throw down the phone if I got a call?
Absolutely.
I happen to be talking to the public right now about what you and I are up against here, and I'm trying to help out not only you but the other men in your charge.
Again, Phil, this guy.
Well, now, Captain, you know more about the firefighting business. Why don't you ask him some questions? I don't know whether I asked.
I just told you we work 10 days out of the month. That's right. It's three platoons.
That's right.
But this individual, you know, is he in an engine company? Is he in a task force? Is he in Orange County, LA County? What do you work
on? Sir, for obvious reasons, I'd rather not say.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, because you don't know the answer to what those platoon schedules are.
As you know, I am saying some things on the air tonight that are very pointed and could be very controversial.
You know, Phil, he started off by saying that the only reason he took the job is because he looked good without a shirt and he would be.
Well, what did you? I want to ask you something, Vernon. You said that your girlfriend girlfriend?
My wife currently, and she was my girlfriend at the time, encouraged me to
good in a t-shirt without a t-shirt. That is the most ridiculous.
Well, wasn't there some kind of a calendar that you guys did for a while?
Absolutely, and you know why it was done? It was done for
to help out the kids.
It was done for charity. This guy's telling me that he got on the calendar because he looked good, and then he became a fireman because he had nothing else to do.
No, that's not true. You didn't hear what I said. I said that my girlfriend at the time, was currently my wife, said she wanted to see me try out for the firefighters because I was lifting at the time. I had a pretty good body, and she'd seen the
I worked hard, and I own a home here for 25 years.